We'll see. I guess they'll say something first. What's all? Yes, I'm alive. I did. I'm gonna be real. The only reason why I haven't been able to like post some like main videos is because I lost my freaking what's it called? My USB plug-in. Yeah. I lost it, bro. I gotta get a new one. Like all my videos on that thing are gone. I don't have that junk no more. I watch all your videos, man. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I hope the channel don't get striked or anything, but hey, here what it is. I appreciate that, PJ. Thank you. All right. So today, I ended up coming across this video that I thought was kind of funny. Which kind of led into me having like a broader conversation about movies that are adaptations. And so I wanted to bring my homie over here, Colin, to kind of help convey the point that I'm trying to make, because I feel like this is the type of content that he would end up dropping anyway. So yeah, so I just found this video. And this is coming off me. You don't really even have to know about the Odyssey to watch this. This is doesn't going to feature like any spoilers. It's just about the politics involved with it. So if you have not seen the Odyssey, it's fine. All right. Well, um, did we both have beanies on? Oh, we're lame. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start this, and yeah, well, I'll let y'all hear his point, and then I'm gonna give y'all mine. Oh shoot!
Can you guys should be able to hear me now. I've literally been speaking into the void.
They've been hearing me. Oh
yeah, they've been hearing you. Oh yeah, but to the guy that said bring back SK, nah, it's not gonna happen, bro.
I'm trying to listen to see if you. Okay, there you go. Okay, you're good. Am I still gonna be making Spider-Man 2 videos? Yes. Right. I've recorded a ton of them. I just have not. I don't have the drive. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and start this.
Where's the Ghost of Yote videos at, though, bro? That's my question.
I haven't played Ghost of Yote. So
what? Nah, you're actually nah. Bro. No fucking way.
Nah, I'm serious, bro. I haven't played it since. I'm going to get into it. It's just, I just haven't been playing games. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I started playing.
That's actually not crazy,
and I got spoiled. I started playing Warframe and I just got spoiled.
Uh-huh.
Like everything has been coming out, and like having a game that's free to play, that listens to feedback all the time, and they make updates and consistent patches, and they change things based on what the community wants all the time, is gotten to the point I don't want to play another game that has an issue that I know is just staying there until the end of.
I was in a boat. Well, not that Marvel Rivals developers do this, but I was in a boat where I wasn't playing any other game except Marvel Rivals. The only games that I've played this year, besides Marvel Rivals, has been Forza, Black Ops 2, the 007 game, Resident Evil, Ghost of Yote. Or was that last year? Was Ghost of Yote last year? Am I tripping?
Yeah, that was last year.
That was last year, okay. So yeah, those are basically the only games I've played this year.
And yeah, I'm definitely watching Brand New Day.
And the Lego Batman game.
Yeah, that's a lot of games, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I've just been stuck on one.
Brother, if you think I've touched Marvel Rivals in the past 2 months, you've got me entirely fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The new patch that came out, I saw all the changes that they were making. I was like, I'm not reading all this, and I still haven't cared to read any of it because I just don't care about touching. I don't want to touch that game.
Well, I can tell you my thoughts on the Storm BP team up. BP is fundamentally a broken character.
Right now, he
if
is.
if you have any movement type that is piercing, like your damage ability is your movement ability, and it pierces, and you can do it that frequently, something's wrong with you.
Not
like
when,
his
well,
kit's crazy.
Hold on. When Black Panther, before the new update that like made every character broken, Black Panther sucked in high elo at least. And
he sucks. I think in like there's no in between with BP. He's never just gonna be
that
okay.
I agree with.
He's either
I agree with.
Yes, he's either going to be really, really good or really, really bad, and there's no in between because of his kit and how it functions.
Yeah,
That's
the same way.
saying.
It's the same way with a lot of characters in the game, to be honest. Like,
I would agree. I would just say like he specifically, I think, has the most like bipolar gameplay experience. It's either you love playing BP or you hate it, or you love playing against them or you hate it. Like you're either thing and you love stomping on BP, or you're like some other lonely like support player and you're having the worst time of your life.
Yep.
I think there is no in between. BP is just fundamentally nobody like has a good like solid experience with BP. It's either the two extremes.
Man, you should have saw Black. You should have saw Black Cat when she first came out, bro. That bitch was broken.
No, I think Black Cat's bad again with the new. She's cracked. Oh, anyway.
Someone said,
I can go on and on about.
What's your opinion on Backrooms? I have not watched it. I was gonna watch it, but I haven't watched it.
I thought it was decent. Obsession was better.
Obsession was so fucking good, bro.
Obsession was fire. That's probably my favorite movie this year.
Bro, Obsession was so good that it motivated me to make a YouTube video when I was going through that whole shit that we was just talking about.
Yeah.
Like, that Obsession was fire. Like, that's probably like a top 3 horror movie for me, with like Midsommar and Hereditary.
Dude, Obsession, like, Obsession's the only movie I think I've ever seen that made me actually cringe in a good way.
Bro.
In a theater.
I was sitting there like, holy shit, the writing is so good. And then I was also sitting there like, this is the most fucked movie I've watched in forever. Like, what is happening right now?
Am I making a Spider-Man Best Community collab video again? That's going to be a request thing. I'm not going to just do that off cuff. If a lot of people want to do it, sure, but probably not. Okay, we gotta watch this video. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna just play. I kind of already explained it already. We can just go ahead and get started.
This was me in elementary school. As you guys can see, I was a big Spider-Man fan. On the side of me, you can see my good friend Ben, who's also dressed up as Spider-Man. Every year, Ben and I would go trick-or-treating dressed up in our favorite superheroes, and we always had a good time. But underneath the surface, I always felt a slight bit of imposter syndrome whenever I dressed in as these superheroes. Obviously, I didn't know how to explain it back then, and I wasn't thinking about cultural representation, racial identity, or psychology as a kid, but I always felt this slight disconnect with those particular characters. Because when you and your friend are dressing up as these superheroes and your friend shares the complexion of these larger-than-life characters, you have to do a little more work mentally to really put yourself in the image of those characters.
Oh my god, alright.
Yeah.
you are already looking at media through a completely wrong lens. If you can only if it's hard for you to resonate with a character because he doesn't have the same skin color as you, that is a problem. You are not looking at media the right way. And I'm not even trying I'm not trying to disregard this guy's feelings. Like, how he feels is how he feels. But you're not looking at media the right way if that is the case.
I want you to focus on the fact that he said that this is how he felt when he was a kid. I'm going to tell y'all straight up. When I loved Spider-Man, I never cared about the fact that I was black and he was white. I didn't care. I've learned about this representation stuff years later. Me loving Spider-Man, Spider is my favorite hero. All my top 5 heroes are not black. I don't care. I don't care. That's just what I grew up with. It did not take for me to have to look like them to love them as characters. I didn't care.
There is not any movie that I've ever given a 10 out of 10. Well, this is the thing that this is the best kind of representation is the kind of, whether it's a movie, a video game, any kind of story really, the best kind of real representation are the stories that resonate with things that you've gone through in your life. So the reason Spider-Man is my favorite character is because I resonate with the things that he goes through so much. The reason I have, whether it's Whiplash or La La Land, How to Train Your Dragon, the Lego Batman movie, any movie that I've given like a 10 out of 10, it's because not only is the writing really good, but it's portraying something that I've been through that I can resonate with while the writing is still like top tier.
I think I can agree with the sentiment that like it's not really about the aesthetics of it and more so related to the writing. But the thing that I will say is I would say it's even a bigger feat if you can get me to really like your character if they've gone through something I've never experienced in my life.
That also
I would say that's the
also
bigger feat.
That is also true, but I was more so talking about like when it really comes to representation, the most important, like if you want to feel feel represented and you want to resonate with a character, why does skin color matter at all?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like a lot of, bro, someone in my, oh, that's Sam. What's up, Sam? Sam Lady said, my favorite character is a white billionaire. Can totally relate to that. Like Batman, like Batman is like, everyone loves Batman. Like, well, actually, if I'm being real, a lot of people might have some mental issues. But like Batman, aside from that, is just rich. You know what I'm saying? like just by statistically, not everybody can be a billionaire. So it's like, why do people gravitate towards Batman then? Would it be because he's white? No, he dresses up as a bat at night and beats up people. Like what?
Yeah,
what about that?
Me.
So it's like I would just say already he's looking at it crazy because I never as a kid was like, oh, I can't love Spider-Man the same because I'm black. Like what? I didn't even need Miles.
Someone in my chat said Miles. That. Someone in my chat said just dress up as Miles. Duh.
Oh. But I'm saying like even before Miles like existed, Spider-Man was still my favorite superhero.
Yeah.
And when Miles first came out, I didn't like him because it's like his comic run initially to me I thought was kind of weak. I didn't really like that character until the movies came out.
I didn't know. I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't know who Miles Morales was before Spider-Man PS4, and even Spider-Man PS4. I was just like, oh, this is that character because I would watch like YouTube videos. I didn't really invest in a Miles stories until Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I'd agree. Like Spider-Verse was the first. Actually, I'm not gonna say first. I think it's the only Miles depiction that I've liked. I don't think I've liked a single comic run with Miles. I don't think I love the game version of Miles compared to the movie. I think that's the only version of Miles that I like. I've liked Peter in a lot of different mediums. I liked him in the comics, I liked him in the games, I liked him in the movies. Peter's always been my favorite. He always will be my favorite. I don't care that Miles is black or like half black. Like that's not a part of my equation for liking that character.
Yeah.
It's not. And I'm black, so it's like, like that don't make me like him more. Like my favorite black Marvel character is Blade because Blade is just cool. Blade is cool as hell. Like that's it. I like him more than Black Panther. Like easily, it's not even close for me. But that's I guess my hot take. But
I like Black Panther more just because I've read more Black Panther and I've consumed more Black Panther. Pause. But yeah, I think Blade is cool, despite not really knowing much about the character. It's just his aesthetic is cool.
No, Blade is fire. I don't know. Well, we can get into that later. I'm gonna let this guy keep talking.
And let me be clear, that does not mean that I couldn't connect with Spider-Man or any of those other characters. And it doesn't mean that black people can't connect with superheroes or characters that don't look like them, or vice versa. White people can't do that with characters that don't look like them either. As humans, we connect with different people that look different from us all the time. That's one of the best things about storytelling.
Where was what?
No, just wait. It gets worse.
All right.
Like again.
Well, I'm just saying, like this. He just like swapped personalities for a second. Like I'm like confused.
No. I don't think he swapped. So here's what I'm trying to I saw this video before, but I didn't talk on it yet. I gave a comment, but I didn't like address all the points that I wanted to talk about until like I talked to you earlier. So it's like my biggest issue is that I feel like he's not like egregious. I don't like hate his opinion or anything. I just think it's a little misguided because of what he focuses on for what an adaptation should be. That's why I titled my stream like
That makes sense.
I think adaptations, people don't know what they should be anymore. And that's where I'm going to get into with how he's talking. He thinks this character should I'm gonna just let him keep going. You'll get it soon.
But there is still a difference between connecting with a character that doesn't look like you and then connecting to a character where that distance doesn't even exist.
Okay, and that's my problem. That what he just said right there was my biggest issue.
Like,
does that make sense?
connect, like, what even,
Like
what would be creating the distance except for race?
exactly, and that's
Like, I'm so confused.
so he's basically trying to say like
So, like, he's saying, well, like,
value in
he did. Well,
you can keep
here,
going.
sorry, like that just feels like a contradiction off what he just said. So he's like, so you can connect with these characters, but you also feel a disconnect because they're not the same color as you.
Yeah, he's
What?
basically like if it's not there at all, like there's no connect, that's when he feels like it's egregious. And that's where I would say, what are you connecting to in question that makes it so egregious? Because if your end all be all is going to be like predicated off of what the character looks like and how they're depicted visually and aesthetically, then I would say you never really connected with the character in the first
Yeah,
place.
like I
You
don't
missed the
see
plot.
I don't see a random white guy on the street and be like, yeah, I'm connected to that guy. We look the same. Like, no.
Yeah, or have any connection. Like if I don't know you, I don't know you. That's just
Yeah, like I don't.
like universal. So and here's the comparison that initially turned me off right here, which is he's about to talk about.
And that's when I first found out about the Black Panther. I had a completely different type of connection with this superhero. And it wasn't primarily because of what he can do and the cool things that a superhero can do. Yes, Black Panther has cool powers. He has the gadgets. He has the strength, the intelligence, the fighting prowess, and everything you expect from a top level superhero. But that wasn't the main thing that connected me to him, even as a child where I couldn't really articulate what it was.
Again, focus on that. He's looking at this as a child.
No, like
As a
that. No,
child.
genuinely, because he was just like his list of good was funny super or cool superpowers, and he's smart and like all these things that superheroes should be, and then he's like transitioning into be like, but I really connected with him because he looked like me, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, genuinely,
In hindsight, I
that is
realized
like
that what connect
My bad.
that is the most childish view to have on media, bro. Like, no bullshit.
It's like, but even like if I was a kid, like I can't see myself from my kid self caring that much about, because I knew about Black Panther as a kid. I didn't really like Black Panther like that. Is that a hot take? Hey, y'all can sue me if that's a hot take. I'm black. I saw Black Panther. I didn't really care like that. Is that crazy to say?
Nah, I mean both the Black Panther movies are like pretty bad in terms of their writing.
But the thing is, like the reason why I never really cared about Black Panther like that for me was because if I look at everything outside of him being black, I don't live like that dude. That dude is a king. He deals with like national issues
I think
like all the time.
I think the only thing Black Panther related that I've really resonated like on a personal level with the character, and like I still like him regardless. Like the comic run that I read, it was called Intergalactic Empire Wakanda. Like the only thing I really have read, or even in the movies, is like the pressure that he like when he's put in a leadership role. Like he has this pressure, and he wants to like make changes on things that everybody else around him sees as set in stone, but he wants to like be the difference. Like that's really the only thing that like resonate on like a somewhat personal level for me with that character. But yeah,
I would agree. I feel like I get I relate to Black Panther more from the themes, but like his life, like how he lives his life, how he goes about like his day to day, like compared to someone like Spider-Man, is
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
Like I feel about as connected to Black. Like, here's the analogy that I would make. I have more things in common with Craig down the street than I have with Kanye West, because he's a billionaire. Like he lives in a completely different realm than me. Craig's white
Wait,
down
hold
the
on.
street,
Hold
but
on.
we got way more in common.
Do you know Young Lean 2004?
Young Lean.
Well, he's in general. I think he wants to yap.
Oh,
I think he's got a point.
no, I don't know who that is.
We got our first Disagreement Day contestant.
Oh, here we go. Young Lean, what's good?
I don't know. I don't know if he's muted on your end or muted because of the call.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's up?
Good, Young Lean 2004?
What's good? What's good? Yo, you can hear me, bro?
Nah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, no.
Are you just trolling, bro?
I like Spider.
That's awesome, man.
I think Tom Holland's the worst Spider-Man.
All right.
I just put him in general.
No, he just wanted to be included. It's okay. Right?
yeah.
He said, "Bro, your Discord link in the description ain't working." Then how did Young Lean 2004 join? Who is this imposter?
Yeah, all these people just joined, so it definitely works.
Okay. Hey, I think you might just be bugging.
Yeah. All right. Well, dang, I got sidetracked. But just to say, it's like people can physically or aesthetically represent a certain like depiction or whatever, and that can have literally no bearing on their character. And this is the point that I'm going to get to make, because he's bringing up this Black Panther comparison for a very specific reason, to talk about the Odyssey later. But in my opinion, it doesn't work. But I'm going to kind of let him like flesh out his point and then explain why I don't agree with using Black Panther's representation to compare with the Odyssey. I just think it's
a challenge
crazy.
where I couldn't really articulate what it was. In hindsight, I realized that what connected me to the Black Panther was what he represented.
Do you have a server
He represented
cap?
someone from my continent.
Is there like a limit to how many people can be in this server?
No, there shouldn't be. Hold up.
Someone else said it's not working. Someone said, all right, well, this guy said, never mind, I joined. This is confusing, bruh.
No, I don't. No. It just says I just have it on invite only. I don't have any restrictions on it.
All right, well, whatever. Just keep playing the video. This guy said you just gotta paste the link on Discord.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Africa, where both of my parents are from. He represented a place whose traditions, values, history, and pride and mentality had been passed down through my family. For the first time in the superhero landscape, there was a superhero that I could look at and actually have a different sense of pride in. One that I couldn't get from Superman, Batman, or any other white superheroes. And beyond the Black Panther itself, it's also what Wakanda represented. For years, so much of the Western portrayals of Africa has been built around the stereotypical images of huts, wild animals, poverty, chaos, and people waiting to be rescued. Then Wakanda showed an African civilization with technology that was more advanced than anywhere else on the planet. It showed powerful leaders, intelligence, strength, innovation, tradition, and people that did not need to be saved. They were...
Okay, so here's...
Hold on. Confusing to me. Does this guy not live in the U.S.?
I don't know where he lives, but
Like, well, I'm
to
just
me, it
like
doesn't
confused.
matter.
Well, because like the thing he said about like the stereotypical stuff of like poverty, huts, and giraffes or whatever. I don't know what the third thing he says was. I forget, but like I don't know how that would resonate with you if you don't like actually live there. That was what that was what just confused me.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Like,
What's up, guys? How you doing? No, but the reason why I really strongly disagreed with this was because the first thing that I kind of latched onto when he started like fleshing this out was this representation, all the qualities that he talked about does not require T'Challa to be black, to be from Africa. He said leadership. He said what it represents. Everything that you're saying does not match the visual that you're showing. Character qualities that T'Challa likes, that you think he represents, none of it needed for him to be a black person, or to be from Africa, or for him to be Wakandan.
someone said no. He said he was from Africa, and then he doesn't like the representation of huts and shit because he moved from Africa to the U.S. Did he say that? I don't recall him saying that.
I can go back. Hold up. But he starts by saying representation.
Okay.
Or like what he
From
represents.
my continent, Africa, the
Hold up.
Black Panther was what he represented.
What he represents. What he represents.
He represented someone from my continent, Africa, where both of my parents are from. He represented a
Okay, both
place
of his
whose
parents are from
Okay,
there.
so both of where his parents are from. Okay. So by that logic, I could have a superhero that is a great leader, that is strong, that's like diplomatic, and from Africa that's not black. You couldn't have Africans that are white. Like I feel like you're trying to hide what you really want to say, and it's because he looks like you. That's really what I think he's trying to say. Like that's crazy to me.
values,
I mean,
history, and
I mean, I
pride,
guess I
and
understand the
mentality have been
like
passed down
where
through
you
my family.
where you come
For
from.
the first time in
North
this,
thing, I guess now, because like I guess his parents are from there. Maybe his parents told him stories about like what Africa was like or whatever. But I still don't like quite like. I still just would kind of go back to what I said earlier. It's like you didn't exactly grow up in that, so why does that specifically resonate with you? So I don't know.
Kaizen, I don't see any screen flickering on my side, gang. I don't know what it is. Sorry, but no, I agree.
Well,
It's
I
like,
just don't understand like what about that is what about that makes you identify with it other than he's black or he's from the same roots as me, like racially or ethnically.
Yeah, it's like to me, you're talking about like the nationality aspect of it, but I'm like, that's like a weird point to go off from because again, you were talking about Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man's American. Spider-Man is a leader. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you want to say it's because he's black. Like I feel like that's really what you want to say.
superhero landscape, there was a superhero
my bad.
place whose traditions, values, history, and pride.
Traditions, values, history, and pride. So it has to be because he's African. So so again, to reference earlier, he said as a child, it was weird for me to fully embrace Spider-Man because you don't think y'all shared the same history, like traditions, pride as like your best friend Ben. It feels like it's just because he was white. Like it don't feel like
Well, the only
you know.
I mean, the only so culturally, obviously, there's different traditions and stuff from America to Africa, or America to Costa Rica, or Puerto Rico, or Mexico, or fucking even England, or fucking like. There's obviously gonna be different traditions and like cultural things from different places of the world, or your heritage, or whatever. But like value, like he said, values, and it's like that's obviously like I'm assuming what he means is like what he thinks is good, whether it be in a person or what you should strive for in life, or its morals or something like that. And that can come from where your heritage is from, but it doesn't have to. Like you kind of form. It doesn't really matter where you're from. Like you just kind of form those as you go throughout and live life, no matter like what you think is right and wrong. And like, sure, your environment can like shape that in a way, but like that doesn't make sense because he didn't grow up in Africa. So what are you resonating like?
Yeah, and I would even argue like, if you were to read a Black Panther comic, there are some traditions in just Black Panther itself that isn't really represented in just normal African cultures. Like, I don't think they got kings and queens that have a trial by combat to like you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like, is that the tradition you're talking about?
We should have had Trump and fucking Biden fight in trial by combat to see who the next president was.
Yeah, they gotta have a new UFC match to throw in the new president.
Yo, Trump and Kamala would have been out there boxing.
My money's on Kamala if it was her versus Hillary. You know, you got to keep it.
Her versus Hitler, you said.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. All right.
Honestly, bro, Trump might be Hitler with these gas prices.
Bro, Trump's Hitler in a lot of areas, but that's for another day. I ain't trying to get blacklisted out here.
Through my family. For the first time in the superhero landscape, there was a superhero that I could look at and actually have a different sense of pride in. One that I couldn't get from Superman, Batman, or any other white superhero.
Okay, so it is color. It's based on color. Because you can be white and be African and fit all of those descriptions that he just said. I can be white in Africa and have the same culture, have the same pride, have the same tradition. The current like middleweight champion in UFC right now is an African white person. You know who DDP is?
Nah.
Well, like one of the things like he's talking about is like, I represent the pride of my country, which is South Africa. I'm an African champion. And he's like against all these other people that are from African countries competing in the UFC, and it's like, you're not a real African. Like, what does that mean? That's a nationality critique. It's not a skin color. Like, you're really mad that he's just white.
Well, isn't it South Africa? Like, there's a lot of most of them are white in South Africa.
Yeah, it is, but it's still African. Like me right now. If I was to say, yeah, I'm an African American. No, I'm not. I'm a Black American. I was born in America. I'm Black, but I'm also American. I am not from Africa. Like, historically,
I think when they say African American, it's like your blood or whatever you.
I know, but that sentence no longer, like, it doesn't carry any merit now. If you can have someone that's actually African American and they're white, like that, you know,
I get what you're saying.
Like that doesn't mean anything no more. Why is Young Lean back in here, bro?
Young Lean, bro, he's just here, bro. He's just spectating.
I got a lot of people that just joined, but if y'all want to say like, so I have
if y'all want to discuss something or like add anything,
go in general.
Yeah, you got to join the.
And we can slide you up.
Okay, you got Nobu here, new contender.
All right, Nobu. All right, what's up? Nobu.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Yeah, that is a diabolical profile picture, by the way.
KSI? Bro, what are you guys even talking about?
Well...
Because, like, I'd like to, like, discuss a conversation or some shit, but I don't really know. Y'all talking about Odyssey? You talking about Black Panthers?
So, we're... I don't know how Colin's titled it, but I've titled this, like... To me, this is the problem with adaptations in media. It's not just the Odyssey, but he's making a point about Black Panther to eventually talk about Odyssey.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that we're talking about, or the video that we're watching right now, I mean, have you been watching? It's about
representation.
Yeah, it's about representation. And then, like, I put in the title Avengers and Spider-Man if anybody wanted to talk about that. Which I didn't even say my opinion. I think the Doomsday trailer is just like nothing. It's nostalgia bait. And then Brand New Day, I'm really excited for. It looks like the best Tom Holland movie.
Yeah, I agree. Tom Holland's movies are historically, like, you know, just kind of fine. They're not really, like, amazing as Spider-Man stories.
They're pretty bad writing-wise.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like when it comes to, like, accuracy to the character, it's actually not very good at all. But I feel like in its own, like, if you don't, but, like, the point is it is Spider-Man, so you can't just, like, dissociate, you know, Spider-Man from,
Well, the one thing I will say, despite, I like all of Tom Holland's movies except for Far From Home. I think they're all poorly written, but I like them still. Like No Way Home, I think the ending for that movie perfectly set up Brand New Day, and I think Brand New Day, you know, obviously I don't know what the story and the writing is going to be for Brand New Day, but like just from the aesthetic of it, whether it's the cinematography or how they're portraying Spider-Man's personality or the world around Spider-Man, I think the director knows exactly what he's doing, and it looks like it's going to be like the first Tom Holland movie that actually has good writing. Someone said, "Are you going to talk about how Southpaw and how SK co-protected and enabled him for years?" No, because I do not care. That is their own situation, and I don't fucking care about those internet versions.
Gang, I have nothing to add to that.
Yeah.
Young Lean, we'll add you after, but you better not be on some BS, bro.
Nah, bro. You might as well ban that nigga, bro. He's not even saying nothing, bro. Like, you know. But wait. So your favorite Tom Holland movie was No Way Home?
Probably Homecoming, to be honest.
Mine was
okay. I was gonna say because No Way Home is literally what you're complaining about with Avengers Doomsday. It was kind of just
no. So what got me excited for No Way Home, I wasn't even the Toby and Andrew stuff. Like they were obviously a part of it, like my excitement for it, but like I wasn't. I was just excited for another.
Because he was gonna go through shit in this movie, like by himself.
Yeah, pretty well. It was because it was just after Tony died and all that. Or I mean, Far From Home is that too, but like it was just after all that bullshit with his identity getting revealed and all that stuff. Like I was pretty excited to see how that played out.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I was not going into No Way Home excited.
Yeah, I didn't like that movie.
I was pleasantly surprised. Like I could only enjoy it once just because of the nostalgia, but after every single viewing I've had, I have not enjoyed it.
Exactly, because it's
watered down
like
story. That story's so
exactly because it's like by itself, in and of itself, it's like it's heavily reliant on like other shit. It's not actually a good movie. It's like it's one of those movies where you can enjoy it like the first time you watch it, but like after you watch it on repeat, you just realize how bad the story is. Not bad. It's not a terrible story. It's just not impactful.
Well, for me, I mean, the writing is pretty bad. Like there's plot holes and character assassinations and rewritten or like redone character. Like Tom Holland's character arc in that movie is so dumb because it's literally he's learning the same thing that he's already learned before. But like, besides the point, like. I think No Way Home's like one of them movies. It's like Endgame too, where it's like it feels like a celebration, like a popcorn type movie. Like it doesn't have good writing, but I find it enjoyable to watch. Type shit. That's the best way I can describe why I like No Way Home.
So do you think Doomsday is going to be the same?
I think Doomsday. Yes.
I think Doomsday has no foundation to be good.
It doesn't because like here's the thing.
Because personally, Before you say what you want to say is like personally, just so I can give you some more context, you guys kind of have to like build some ground with me a little bit because I haven't actually watched all the MCU shit because it's just one, it's way too much, and two, none of it like I've watched a few of them like the shows and the movies, they're just all just mid. So like I don't really know if the setup is good, you know what I mean? Because like all of this is dependent on setup, so I don't know if the setup.
I can try to answer that.
Well, I was gonna say the foundation. I don't think so. Like people have been complaining, like Doctor Doom has no build up, and I'm like, whatever. Like a lot of literally every villain that's introduced in the MCU, besides like Thanos, has no build up. I don't really care about the Doctor Doom not having much build up. What I care about is the fact that all these characters are coming together, and the only thing that has had build up, like a solid build up so far in the MCU, is the Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four, and Thor, because Thor's obviously been in the MCU since it started. But everything else, like the X-Men, why the fuck should I care that the X-Men and the MCU characters are gonna meet together? Like, what? We don't know. I don't even know if this is the Fox X-Men. I don't know if this is just some random X-Men that they picked up from a different universe. I don't like. Why should I care that the X-Men are in this movie? Shang-Chi is also something I'm excited for, but like, I think Shang-Chi was good. But like, Shang-Chi also, it's like they've done nothing with that character since this movie, and the MCU is just so scattered as opposed to like the first three phases.
Exactly, it's not as focused.
Yeah, like the first three phases all built up to something. Everything built up to Infinity War, and it feels like they're trying to copy Infinity War and Endgame with Doomsday and Secret Wars, but they didn't do the work to get me excited like those movies or like Infinity War and Endgame did.
I have a pretty specific take about this. So I think the problem with the build-up is more so related to the theme of this phase, which has been a bunch of multiversal stories. And I think the way the MCU has handled the multiverse as a story device has been poor compared to other mediums that do it, in the sense that I don't think that they really characterize characters past the actor that plays that person. You know who has played it before, therefore when you see it, you associate all the memories that you've had with them in previous projects where they played a character. But because of how they set it up, every time we get a character like a what do you call it, like a legacy character in one of these new films, they don't have the same background as the people that I've seen in these previous movies. They're just throwing them in there. Like I didn't love the third Deadpool movie because that Wolverine that I got was a completely new Wolverine, and they acted like I'm supposed to care about this Wolverine.
I think that's a little bit of a different thing, because that wasn't like, that was the intention with that. Like, it was supposed to be. I get it's the intention, but okay, think about it like this: Spider-Verse, right? Yeah.
Every single character that you have in the Spider-Verse movie, if you've never seen them before, the movie has to do the job of making you invest into that character.
I think Deadpool Wolverine did that with Logan though in that movie.
I would say they do it better than most, but I would say to the level where it feels satisfying to me as an arc, it's not there. And the reason why I say this is because I feel like they bank a lot on who plays the character rather than just the character themselves having enough bandwidth. Like, I can watch Spider-Verse, not know a single thing about Spider-Gwen, watch that movie and become a fan of Spider-Gwen because they give her a full arc. Yeah. If I watch Deadpool 3 and I'm looking at it to, like, let's say I've never seen a Hugh Jackman movie and I'm just watching that Wolverine for the first time.
It's going to be underwhelming.
Am I going to? Exactly.
Well, now I see more where you're coming from, because Deadpool and Wolverine does rely more on previous stuff, so I get that.
Here's the thing, the MCU is so big that they don't give a fuck anymore. They just know people are going to watch it, and so they know it's going to make money, right? So why would you put effort and more money into making a really fantastic movie with great characterization and great storytelling when you just know people are going to watch it anyway, and you're just going to make more money by just producing more shit?
The funny thing is, the best MCU projects that have come out since Endgame are the ones that have had focused stories. Shang-Chi,
agreed.
No multiverse stuff involved. Good movie. Well, I think Deadpool Wolverine is a good one, but like that does multiverse stuff. I'll just take that as an outlier. But like Fantastic Four, focused story, own universe until the ending or the post-credit scene where they like obviously had to do the build up for Doom coming. But like that's it's still a focused story through and through. What's it called? What else? Thunderbolts, focused story, no extra bullshit involved. And I'm trying to think of like the other stuff that I thought was good, and I can't.
Like when you think of everybody that's in there, like for the Avengers that they showed, right?
Oh, Moon Knight. That's another question. Where the fuck is Moon Knight? Where the fuck is that character then?
Yeah, it's like everything that they've been building from the and that's why I don't expect anything from this new Avengers movie, is because they always do it in phases. Every phase is supposed to be tied in leading into the Avengers movie or the Avengers saga that they're going for. Yeah. And so from the last Avengers movie to this point, that's what I'm grading. So everything that they've done leading up to Doomsday, I feel like it looked like it was going to Kang and now it's going to Doomsday. I'm like, what?
To be fair,
wait, what happened with?
No, it was supposed to be Kang, but
is it because he got recasted or something?
Well, after he beat up the girl.
It was because of the Jonathan Majors thing, but it's like, it feels like it's going nowhere. So it's like, it was supposed to be Kang. You got all these movies dedicated to Kang, and now it's Doomsday, and the Doomsday that we get is an alternate dimension Doomsday, and like we got all these characters that are legacy characters that are alternate versions of the like. I don't.
But wait. But Doomsday is cool. But Doom is cool. Doctor Doom is cool. The X-Men is cool. What do you mean? It doesn't matter about the writing. It's all cool. It's all shit we want, right?
It don't matter.
Well, that's exactly what you just said right there. Is my point why I'm not excited for Doomsday.
Exactly.
It literally just feels like straight. We're throwing a bunch of bullshit into a movie. Hope you like it.
Here's the thing: it's gonna be. I guarantee it's gonna be an enjoyable movie, but it's not gonna have any substance. It's just gonna be like you're just gonna forget
like No Way
about
Home.
That makes sense.
It's
you're just gonna forget
the first time because you get to see these characters. But anytime you actually dive deep and look at the story, like they even got Black Panther coming back. I've never liked a single Black Panther movie from the MCU. So watching that.
Whoa! What?
Someone said. Hold on, real quick.
No, I've never liked Black Panther.
But Katana, but Nostalgia Bait isn't bad. It is if that feels like that's the only thing that the
Yes,
movie wants
if
you
that's
to get
all you
invested in.
have, it
I'm
is
not
bad.
saying
You have to
I'm not
balance it,
saying
yeah.
I'm not saying that Doomsday can't be a well-written movie. I'm saying I think it's not going to be a well-written movie because the only marketing that they're doing for the movie is stuff.
Is
It's
cool
it's,
moments.
yeah, it's cool
is like
aura.
conventionally cool moments. Like nothing of the trailer really gave you a deep dive or like at least a glimpse of like how good the characterization is going to be. Like the introduction of the X-Men and shit, or the storytelling. It's just all like cool moments and actors returning and shit. It's like there's nothing in the trailer is banking on the fucking actual foundation of the movie. My bad. I don't know if I can curse on here, but
You're good.
you get the point.
You're good.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It is what it is. I think the only way the MCU can just, like, as a whole, I'm not saying that everything in the MCU has been bad, but I think the only way the MCU can actually have a return to form, or at least not even a return to form, just try something new that's actually good. I think it's if they're just losing too much money. Like, because right now they're just not. They're producing more shit. Because it doesn't matter if like each movie makes less, because they're producing so much shit that they're just making more money anyway.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Well,
So
to be fair, a lot of the movies have been flops. To be honest, like a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure
not very
about the exact
profitable.
numbers.
I think I don't even know. Well,
But is the MCU making more in profit overall because of the frequency of how?
I think all the movies or TV shows have either been like very small profit margins by their standards, or just actually lost money. Even the movies that have been good lost money. I'm pretty like Thunderbolts. I'm pretty sure that like kind of broke even. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm certain. Let me search the stats real quick.
Oh my god.
You're being too harsh on the current MCU. I don't really think I am. I'm trying to hold on.
Nah,
Let me.
current MCU isn't really that like. What are they doing?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
Because and you have to realize too, like he's being hard on the MCU because it was so good, right? Now we're like stuck in mediocrity, and it's just like it was at such a high peak, you know what I mean? Like even before Endgame, I'd argue, but it's just I don't know, man. You were saying something.
Well, I was trying to like okay, so like if this was Phase 3 and under, I could have told you everything that I thought was good and everything, but there's so much shit that they've come out with that I don't even remember, like what I thought like was good and bad. Okay, so bad, good, great. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That's probably been like
That's a great movie.
bad, good, mid, great, probably gonna be great. Don't know. Canceled. Don't know. I'm showing this as if I'm like streaming it in Discord, but like people on the stream know what I'm talking about.
No. Yeah, I get it. I'm looking at your stream. Yeah.
But yeah.
It's just the foundation is just shit. That's the issue. Like all these like there's not enough good movies. You know what I mean? There's not enough like truly.
It's not even
good
just
movies.
that they're not even good movies. It's that they don't interlink this and flow together so that they can come together in this team up like the first Avengers movie did.
Yeah.
Like
not harmonious.
every single movie before the Avengers, even like Thor 1 isn't a good movie. Fucking what else? Like Captain America: First Avenger was a good movie. Iron Man 1 and 2 are good movies. But like they still all, even if they're solo independent stories, they still came together and you knew enough about these characters, except for Black Widow and Hawkeye. But even then, they did the work to like make you care about Black Widow and Hawkeye in that movie.
And that's another thing. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you.
You're good.
Yeah, I was saying like that's another thing. The fact that the movies stand so strongly on their own is even
Katana,
a great thing.
Sorry, Katana, I'm not in my server. This is a different server.
Yeah, but I was saying like the fact that those movies even stand alone, like the movies you were mentioning, they stand so strong on their own to like in a way where their characters are so rich in it of itself, right? And then they kind of tangle up together. But like with this new MCU shit, I feel like a lot of it is hell bent on you having to watch everything for it to feel satisfying. If that, and even then it's not satisfying, but I guess what I'm trying to get at is that it's like
I would say that's kind of unfair because I think the previous MCU was. Let me use this as a comparison, like the X-Men. Why should I don't give a fuck about them. Compare that to how the Guardians of the Galaxy were built up before Infinity War. We had Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. What now? I care about those characters because we had those movies. So when they show up in Infinity War, I'm like, yeah, this is cool. But now with the X-Men, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? I don't care. Oh, Scott Summers, look at his optic blast. I don't give a fuck.
No, what I meant more so is that like you could watch the older MCU movies by themselves and they were just great movies, and they eventually, like, they're great movies in and of itself. I feel like when you're watching the MCU shit now, you're just watching it just to stay in touch and stay like just to make sure, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. I feel like that's another big issue with the MCU.
So we bring in Lean for no, but you don't gotta leave. I just want to bring in Lean because he's been waiting for a bit to talk.
All right.
And then we'll bring in Katana.
Okay.
All right, Lean, what's up?
Yo, you better say some good shit.
Lean, what's up?
All right.
Going once. All right, bro.
What I disagree with, it was like a while back.
What were you disagreeing with?
No, I was like, I was disagreeing with the video that you were watching.
So it's Agreement Day.
No, I disagree with the person who disagreed with the video you were watching.
We're the person that disagrees with the video. Wait, what? Yo, you're putting me through a loop right now. This guy's trolling, bro.
No, I think it's like it's a normie LARPer video, but I don't think it's that deep though.
I don't think we said it was
what do you
that
mean?
deep. I'm confused.
Yeah, bring Katana in, bro.
Like, I don't think it's like I think he just likes Black Panther.
The cuck share is crazy. I think he just likes Black Panther. I mean, he can like Black Panther, but like his argument in this video that we're watching is about why he resonates with certain characters or why he felt like a identity or a imposter syndrome because characters didn't look like him. That's basically what he's saying without actually saying it.
Like, you can like Black Panther, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I don't like the movies person, but that I don't care if you like it. I have a problem with you liking or disliking it based on the fact that he's black only, like, which is
that's definitely shallow. Yeah, because that doesn't
the qualities that he's representing here is more so based on the fact that Black Panther is a black man than the fact that Black Panther is just a hero he resonates with on a character level. Like, his nationality and identity is a strong factor as to why he likes him, which is cool, but I wouldn't use that to juxtapose the Odyssey, which is I haven't got into yet.
Yeah, I'm
gonna get to that later.
We do need to get to that video, but let Katana in.
Okay.
Katana
Wait, he doesn't like the Odyssey?
I don't know what do you think.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. But thank you, Lane. I'm gonna drag you back and get a Katana.
I didn't even say nothing.
Exactly.
Do you want it? I didn't think you had anything to say past.
I don't think he's like I don't think he likes him just because he's black, though.
Why? Well, what do you?
It's basically what he's insinulating.
Okay,
yeah, but like,
I mean, didn't he say he's a good leader and he has cool superpowers or something?
No, I know, but he's saying, what Sony just said, like, what he's juxtaposing it with is like, this is why this character really connected with me. But his reasoning for it, you can find.
I mean, they be doing that with the other characters, though.
No. Listen. His reasoning for why he resonates with Black Panther and doesn't feel any imposter syndrome, the reasons he likes Black Panther are because there's things within Black Panther, whether it's culturally or whatever, or like his character flaws or whatever, but he's saying he can't, like, despite other characters like Spider-Man who he likes, having those same kind of things that he resonates with, he feels a sense of imposter syndrome because Spider-Man is not black. That's what he's saying, and that's what, like, we've been talking about.
If he was making this point about Black Panther as to why he likes Black Panther, it would not then make sense for him to say, I never fit in with liking Spider-Man compared to my friend, when the only reason why you felt that way was because you were black. That's it.
I mean, what's wrong with liking a character because of they look like you, though?
It's not about that.
He's using this to set up a reason for the problem with the Odyssey.
Yeah. This is basically the point they're trying to make is that this is very...
Bye, Lean.
No,
I'll see you later, bro.
I was trying to explain to this nigga that it's like a secondary reason to where it's not like enough to. Oh my god.
What's up, Katana?
Yeah.
Yo.
Bro, hang on, Colin, do you recognize my voice?
I haven't talked to you in a while, but yeah.
Okay. I'm just curious, do you remember me being on the Disagreement Day about Edge of Time and all that shit?
I do. Remember when we had beef?
Yeah, I remember us beefing for a long time. And in retrospect, I mean, it was kind of stupid, pointless beef. I think I just, like, had issue with how aggressive you were.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, in retrospect, I was a different person.
It's good, man. You've grown. You're
bit of a meanie.
It's okay. There's a reason I take your side instead of SK and his snarkers. But
Bro,
anyway,
we got a disagreement. Like Jesus.
I'm sorry. I gotta play for at least like 2 seconds. Okay, just let me
let him cook.
let me just do it for like 2 seconds. Okay. So all right, yeah, you're. I think you're being pretty disingenuous about the new phase, and you're not taking into consideration that they probably have a lot of more shit to work with, especially introducing characters that people aren't gonna click with. Getting with what's her name, Riri Williams versus Iron Man, those two things are not comparable, and people are already starting off fucking hating her. So I think you really need to, like, if Riri is gonna be in Doomsday. Fuck, that echo is distracting. I'm sorry, but I think a lot of people have it.
I'll just mute.
No, it's cool. Whoever it is, I don't care. But whoever sees these characters in Doomsday has a likelihood and chance to really get into the character, and I think the MCU as a whole has a really good chance, even if it's via Doomsday and not like what the character was initially introduced on. Doomsday could do a really good job with these characters that hasn't been done before.
So are you saying?
Okay, well, here's my counterpoint to that.
That's full faith.
Wait, real quick.
Whoa! I got some real.
I'm not understanding.
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right, rocks.
Nah, Sony got to ask some shit.
I just want you to clarify to me so I understand a little bit better before Sony responded. Like, cause like you were saying, like were you saying I was disingenuous about like them making so many projects? Is that what you're saying?
I think your view on Doomsday is a little bit disingenuous, and I think if we look at the Phase 4 movies, I'll admit like some of them were just ultra not interesting. Like it was very difficult to find motivation in watching certain movies. I'll definitely grant that, but I think the formula is still at least like kind of the same, right? Movies that I would argue were mediocre back in the other phases, like Black Panther, it was a good plot, but like. Killmonger, despite everything he had going for him writing-wise, he was still just another, like, he turned into he had his little suit and was basically just like the, generic evil version of the protagonist in their fight.
So, I'll let Sony, I think I kind of understand what you're saying a little bit more. I'll just let Sony say whatever he wanted to say.
Okay.
Well, what I wanted to say was, I feel like historically, if you were to go back and like rate any of the Avengers movies, I would say, well, two things about this. The quality of the Avengers movie is in large part, like a lot of the work has been done based on how good the phase was. I would say my favorite Avengers movie was Infinity War because Phase 3 had my best streak of movies in the whole MCU. Like I felt like everything that was built up to that movie felt good because I felt good about all the individual arcs and stories that these characters had gone through leading up to this point. It felt in tandem. And I would secondly say, historically, I've never watched an Avengers movie where the character that doesn't like gets introduced in the movie or didn't have a greater movie, like it wasn't really fleshed out, was a part like a character that I liked in the movie. Like when I think about Avengers 2 with Ultron,
well, hold on.
I didn't like Scarlet or Quicksilver like that much.
I was literally about to say like
Ultron wasn't really memorable.
Well, historically, when they've hold on. Historically, when they've introduced characters in Avengers movies that haven't already been built up, Hawkeye and Black Widow in Avengers 1. Yeah, they made them likable in Avengers 1, but you can't sit here and say that you like Black Widow or Hawkeye as much as you would like Iron Man or Captain America or maybe even Thor.
Agreed.
Because they already did the work in building those characters up. And on top of that, they also had their own individual things that they went through in Avengers. Whereas Black Widow and Hawkeye, they gave them stuff, whether it was like a little bits of their history or like things like that. but they weren't. I don't think. I think most people came out of that movie still liking Iron Man and Captain America more than they like Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Do you think that the build up from other movies is what makes or breaks a specific collaboration movie? Because a movie, an Avengers movie, well, it's technically not Avengers, but example I would use of this is my favorite Avengers movie or Marvel movie is actually Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah, that movie has a lot of build up to it.
No, bro, but okay, but the plot itself, even if we exclude the build-up, the plot itself was actually really solid to the point where people will still debate which character was in the right overall. Even if you exclude, like, the problem with Batman versus Superman at the time was they had no build-up, but it also had a shitty plot. Civil War has a really good fucking plot, and I think Black Panther was introduced.
I think I was about to say,
Witch is still new though. She only got like one other movie. Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. Black Panther's a great example because a lot of people came out of Civil War thinking, "Wow, Black Panther's a cool character," because that was one he was introduced, but you know what they did the work in that movie to actually even if like his arc was like semi-small, it was still contained and well written. But like Doomsday's coming in. Now we've got all the X-Men. You're not going to give all the X-Men this crazy character arc. Now we've got...
Hold up,
maybe not, but you don't think characters can still get that? Like, okay, characters can be introduced in a really well manner.
I have the perfect response to this. Because I would say a big part of you liking Civil War is going to be predicated on how baller Winter Soldier was. Because I'm going into 3... I'm going into 3 loving Cap's arc and really understanding Tony's arc because of his previous movies. So I'm not really looking for the side characters to steal the show or anything. I'm just okay with my main bread and butter, like the dynamic with Bucky. No, but it makes it like, okay, can you watch
it may elevate it for you, but the plot itself... Go ahead,
but the plot has Bucky, like Bucky's super important to that plot to where you understand Cap's point of view and you understand Iron Man's point of view, and that gets set up really well by watching Winter Soldier.
But it's his friend, and you don't even... Like, okay, I'm gonna say it, you're gonna get mad at me for this, but Winter Soldier is not that crucial to the understanding how much Bucky means to Steve. Anybody can pick up on that. The general public can pick up on that.
It's not crucial. But to have watched it, the build-up made it that much more satisfying. To where my
it can be satisfying for a fan, but that's like saying
it's more satisfying for the character's arc. I liked Cap's arc in 3. If they never had Black Panther, if it never had Ant-Man, if it didn't have any of those people, because again, I can go out of Civil War and not really care. I'm excited to see what they do with them, but that wasn't my takeaway from that movie. It was that dynamic between those last 3 characters at the end of the film where you were watching them fight and feeling emotionally like pulled in to what they've gone through. I felt for Bucky, I felt for Cap, I felt for Iron Man, and that was really well set up greatly by having watched Winter Soldier. That was Cap's movie.
Here's the thing that I'll say to add to that.
Wait. Okay, but wait, can you hold it for just let me respond to it?
Yeah, no, go for it.
He says really quick. You can have your appreciation for what the characters develop on other movies. That's more than fine, and I would agree with you that does elevate what we see in Civil War. But I'm saying that's not it's not an entire qualifier. Like the thing that was good about Civil War, on top of it having a good standalone plot, regardless, you could swap out. The core of the plot was a commentary about moral ethics within the superhero genre. Is it right that heroes do things the way that they do in the fashion that they do it? You could literally replace the cast, and the plot core premise alone is still actually really solid with the way that they handled it. Wait. Just one more thing. Just one more thing.
Let him finish.
Yeah, just let me get this one thing out, and you can say what you want to say. Civil War is probably, to this day, in my opinion, the best example of you can have an array of characters coming in from different angles into your plot, and your plot can still remain the same, it can still remain unbothered, it can still remain consistent, and it can still remain fleshed out regardless of the characters you're pulling in and regardless of their history and the overall narrative. Go ahead.
So
I don't have a problem with the quantity of the characters.
I want to say real quick, I said that, like what you just said, I agreed to that earlier in the stream. I said that I think Doomsday can be a good movie.
It's just like, is it though?
The reason I'm not excited for Doomsday is because all they've shown off is aura and hype moments. Whereas you compare that to like
Exactly.
The Infinity War trailer.
The Civil War could have done the same thing.
What happened?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was saying Civil War could have No, I'm saying in trailer footage alone, trailer and what you get at the end product. As much of a cope argument as it is, bro, like what they're gonna show you in the final product still has yet to be seen. They could bring in the X-Men and they could elevate
them with faith-based argument, though. That's my issue.
This is why I brought up Winter Soldier.
But Civil War could have advertised himself in a completely different way. For a long period of time, they didn't even. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just had to.
No, go ahead.
Because I wanted to say this earlier. I think you could have, before Civil War even came out, I think you could have put in the trailer Captain America, which they did. You can put in the trailer Captain America and Iron Man fighting, and people are already going to care about that movie because we care about those characters. So that's where I think the build-up point for in terms of getting hype for a trailer is important. But the reason I'm not excited for Doomsday is, despite the fact that it could be a good movie, all they've shown me is things that have no build-up and things that I do not care about.
Yeah, like going. That's why I brought up Winter Soldier, because I didn't bring it up to say like I needed Winter Soldier to enjoy Captain America: Civil War. I brought it up to say everything going into Civil War was hype because Cap's story up to that point was hype. Iron Man's story up to that point made sense. I'm going into the narrative and I have like the full foundation to accept what they're about to do. I expected Civil War to go how it went, and it was emotionally satisfying because I had those expectations with Winter Soldier. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I got everybody's arc, everybody's point of view.
Can I ask Katana a question real quick?
Okay. Before you ask me, you can ask me whatever.
Okay.
You can. Yeah. Let me say something really quick. What you just described about them bringing, like when you talked about the trailer example, if they had just showed Cap and Iron Man, people already care about that. I agree with that wholeheartedly, but I think Doomsday is doing almost the exact same thing, if not maybe a little bit exaggerated with the other characters. You can't tell me people don't care about Thor, people don't care about Thunderbolts.
No, it's not the same though.
Because they were good. Go ahead.
You're ignoring the context around it. That's the issue. Like, because going into what I'm saying is like you're making a hyper faith-based argument. It's just pure faith based off of what we've seen and based off of how the MCU has been going and like the storylines and etc. There's no reason to believe, like you see what I'm saying? Like it's just purely faith-based. I think that's basically what they're trying to get at. Like back with when Civil War was coming out, there was good reason to believe that movie was going to be good because of the strong foundation that the MCU had. Yes. And, you know, like you didn't need, you see what I'm saying? Like you didn't need to see anything crazy in a trailer to know the movie was going to be good because of how strong the foundation was.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that.
So like you're making a purely faith-based argument. That's the issue. Like it's not that the movie can't be good. It's very unlikely to be good because of like how the buildup has been going so far. But like even if it was good, you're making a purely faith-based argument. That's
fine. You can say, you can say that my argument is like hyper good faith, but at the same time, this is the MCU. Like they've had decades to prove that they can tell at least a solid enough story.
Yeah, and they've had the past 2 phases to prove that they're ass.
Wait. Just let me. That's great. That's great. You can say that. But right now, we are. If anything, we're probably. It can be agreed upon that we're just at mediocrity, which is a lot better than kind of just stagnation and nothingness. DC, the DC cinematic universe, they got rebooted twice because they've had effectively nothing. At least we do have.
We're not
something
arguing about DC. We know DC's ass.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying that I don't think that's gonna be. It's gonna necessitate or require what the end product is going to be, or put somebody's even average fans. Like, there's a reason that average fans who don't read the comics, who have probably been skimping out a lot on the MCU, are probably gonna look at the Doomsday trailer and still be hyped. And it's not just because of Aura. It's because there are still recognizable characters that you will see in the trailer.
I think yeah, but we love Thor. We love all these characters because of the old movies, not because of. Okay, I guess.
I would say. Well, I would say anything that you said right here. I don't really have a big problem with it. I'm just going off your initial point where you said it was disingenuous to feel otherwise. So I gave you reasons to support why it. So as much content as we've had to support being excited, there's enough content to support feeling like this is going nowhere. I feel like I've given you enough to feel like it's not disingenuous to say.
What I wanted to say
really quick.
Sorry, I just wanted to say.
No, go ahead, Colin. It's you. Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
Okay, what I wanted to say was like what you just said there. Like they've shown like cool characters that people are interested in. that was my kind of point with the nostalgia bait. Like, people are only interested in X-Men because they like the characters, not the actual build-up of said characters within the MCU itself. So I don't care about the X-Men being in the movie because they have no build-up in the actual MCU.
Yes,
exactly. Think
Okay,
about,
bro.
Think about all the moments.
Let me just ask you this. Let me ask him this really quick, and you can say whatever you want to say. Colin, you would agree that there is a significant fucking difference between seeing the Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four and Shang-Chi and Thor in that trailer versus seeing the X-Men who we have only gotten in, like, maybe Deadpool versus Wolverine. There's a huge difference.
Well, that's what I said. Well, because of so the only Thor movie I like is Ragnarok, right? And I like his other appearances in the MCU, obviously, like Infinity War. I even like him in Endgame, despite the hate that he gets in Endgame. I like him in Age of Ultron. I like him in all the Avengers collaborative stuff that he's been in. The thing is, Love and Thunder was dog shit, and it also leaves Thor in kind of a place where I don't even know what direction they can take with his character in this movie. So while I'm excited to see Thor like return to form in a serious nature, I don't know what they have to do left with his character, and two, the context surrounding the Thunderbolts. Like I like the Thunderbolts. They had their movie, they had their build up before this, and I'm fine with that. And same with the Fantastic Four. However, another thing that bugs me is that what happened?
I just wanted to slide in that I thought that Thunderbolts was mediocre. That might be my hot take, but I'm listening.
Well, but that's kind of besides the point. But they had their build-up, right? The Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four had their build-up. So it's cool to see them in the movie, and I'm interested to see what they're going to do with them in this movie. But the one thing is that it's like, look at the threat that they're going against, right? Like, Thanos, you went into Infinity War thinking, like, yeah, Thanos is going to be real powerful, but
there's a fighting chance.
Yeah, there's a chance they got it. And that's the whole tensity that surrounds Infinity War. Him getting these stones and getting more and more powerful to the point where he does become unbeatable. When the first thing you show is Doctor Doom stopping Stormbreaker, the thing that shot through all the Infinity Stones, and now Thor is now teamed up with the fucking bench squad, a bunch of super soldiers and the Fantastic Four. What happened? Bob is there. Bob is there. We'll see Bob. We'll see what Bob can do. But when the first thing you see is Stormbreaker getting stopped with 2 fingers, and then the only characters that we have build up with is the characters that are just gonna sit there and fucking play with their dicks during the movie. Like, it's so hard for me to be excited for this movie to be like actually tense and not just go into it like, yep, they're gonna get their ass beat.
That doesn't make you more hype, though?
No, it doesn't.
That doesn't make you more hype how powerful Doom is? Bro, you're seeing Doom literally use 2 fingers to stop the axe, and that's not like
let me give a good comparison that you will definitely understand. When I go into a Marvel Rivals game, I want it to be competitive. I want it to be competitive, right? But when it's a stomp on either side, whether my team's getting rolled or the other team's getting rolled, then the game becomes boring.
Nobody has fun.
Right? Like, hopefully that makes sense. That's the best analogy I can give.
I got a better analogy. I got a better analogy. It's like you being excited for like a One Punch video game until you got to play against One Punch Man. Like he's gonna beat you in one punch. That's like Doom's gonna smack. Like, he just finger pointing.
I mean, obviously they're gonna have to figure out an interesting way that they actually approach the battle.
Yeah, I think.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying that the movie's not going to do that. I think they are just going to copy Infinity War though, where Doom wins and then.
Yeah, here's the thing. That's another thing. The premise has already been done before. What are we getting new with this Avengers movie? You know what I mean? Like, oh, all these heroes coming together and fighting a big threat. Okay, but like, where is this? How is this going to be different? How is this going to build substantially from like what we've gotten before? How is this going to be better than Endgame?
It's going to be a shitty argument. It's going to be a shitty argument.
I have a point to that.
How is that a shitty argument?
Hold on. I have a point.
No. I was going to give a shitty response, but I'm listening.
I was going to say the point that I would say to that, the thing that we have to look forward to that's different is the exact same thing that I'm complaining about, or I'm not interested in, because the things that I would have to be interested that would separate itself from Infinity War, despite the premise being similar, would be the characters and what they go through. But I don't care about the fucking characters except for the ones that aren't going to do jack shit.
Anything that could be introduced within the movie that could be unique or hasn't been done before that they could still safely advertise in the marketing of this movie without being too spoiler heavy?
What do you mean by that? Like what?
If they're gonna, reveal a unique way that they gotta stop Doom because he's too strong, or they're gonna reveal like a new character that we've never seen before, or they fucking give some sort of insight to a completely brand new plot device would be beyond the 21st century. Do you think that there's a way that they could showcase that in a trailer without being spoiler heavy? That's what
I don't care what they show about the plot, to be honest, in the trailer. Like, obviously, want to see the premise of the movie, and like, I don't really care about that stuff. But my thing is like, so we already have characters in the MCU that have build up, whether it's War Machine, Spider-Man, Hulk, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange wasn't even in the trailer. Like, obviously he's going to be in the movie. The Sanctum Sanctorum was fucking in the trailer. But like, we have all these characters that are already been in the MCU for a while. So why are we now showing, like, why are we putting in the trailer the X-Men? Why are the X-Men taking up this, like, big chunks of the trailer? Like, why am I seeing Gambit and Shang-Chi fighting? Why am I not seeing, like, Spider-Man and Hulk and all them and Thor and shit reuniting? Like, why are we not seeing these pre-existing characters, like, in these big scenes that they're supposed to be showing off?
I think I can kind of like smooth this conversation out even more. I'm down to concede that like my initial framing of your guys' perspective of the movie trailer was disingenuous. You guys have your reasons. I just think that right now with what we have, if they do have something special to reveal that we need to see in the movie, we're gonna have to wait until the movie comes out. And it's a cop-out talking point, but like
fair.
I think that's fair.
I think we ultimately will just have to wait for the movie. Like, why would they shouldn't want to reveal anything too special that could really blow people away in any other grand sense besides generic stuff of, hey, remember these guys from like 20 years ago? Here they are again. Like, they can't show something that impactful.
I think they showed off what they need to show off to general audiences. I think the only people that are as disinterested as like us, I guess, are the people that have stuck with the MCU and are really like super into it, but the general audience isn't us, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. I think we've hit a good stopping point, Katana. I respect your opinion. I think we've got a good closure on this. So I'm gonna keep you in here, but I'm gonna drag in who is this?
Travis.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else that wants to do this, just get in the general chat. But I would say after this conversation right here, we're gonna watch the rest of the video because we've been stalling on this.
I do have to leave. I do have to start getting ready in like probably an hour and a half.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to wrap this up. What's up?
What's up? Hi.
How you doing, Travis?
How you doing?
I'm alright. How are you?
Pretty good.
Could be better, but...
I understand that.
Yeah.
Alright, what's your disagreement?
I low-key wanted to just be part of the discussion, but I do have something I want to say. I forget who said it, but there was someone who was like, like how the Avengers movies used to be, like you didn't really have to know too much to go into them and then still have a good time. And then Doomsday is going to be like, you have to watch all this shit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's up to the movie to make me care. And it's not, like, up to me to watch a ton of shit. Like, I'm not gonna watch, like, 2 seasons of Loki just to understand, like, 5 minutes of Doomsday a little bit more. You know what I mean?
I agree with that. And I would say, no. I would say it's for the point of the movie itself serving its job. I completely agree with you. I would just say for the trailer's sake, it would be nice to have a good build-up leading into it to feel excited about the movie. That doesn't just have to do with the movie itself. That's all I'm saying.
My stance on that is if we're being as fair as possible to the movie, I think you do have to look at it as a sequel in a sense. Because I think it would be dumb to be like...
That's fair.
You know, despite how big the MCU is, and it does make it a big task to understand a lot of the things that Doomsday's probably going to do without watching certain things in the MCU, if we are being as fair as possible... I don't think it's fair to criticize, oh, you have to watch all this stuff, because, yeah, despite it being a lot, like, that's, like, it's made for, it is made for general audiences, but it's also made for the people that have been following it for a long time, and if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty of criticizing the writing and all that, you do kind of have to watch the other things that are going to support the movie. Now, I'm not saying that the movie can't do a good job of making that easier, like explaining baseline concepts so that people who haven't watched Loki or haven't watched, you know, Thor: Love and Thunder or whatever, can understand certain things a bit better, whether it's plot related or character related. But that's just kind of my take on it.
I just think it shouldn't be fundamentally crippling to a viewer's experience that hasn't consumed those things.
That makes, I can agree.
And I think, and I think that if all these shows were like, you know, overwhelmingly good and like received positively, like I'm not saying Loki, I'm just saying like in general, I think it would be easier for people to want to actually be incentivized to actually watch them. And then they make so much shit where it's just like, now it's just, it's getting to a point where it's just like, there's so many shows and movies, at least in when you had to like fucking watch shit for phase 3, 1, 2, and 3 and shit like that. Like, it wasn't so absurd, you know what I mean? Like, such an absurd amount of content.
I think
and the shows especially take so much time.
I think even in comparing it to like, it's not even just an absurd amount of content, it's an absurd amount of content with no focus towards building something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the fuck, like, the only things that we've seen so far that have actually been a build up to this Avengers movie is, again, Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. That's really
Let's
it.
say Loki a bit.
Sorry, Loki has been. I mean, Loki's fucking ass, though. I hate that show.
I haven't even watched it.
Colin, you're like the reason I don't want to watch that.
Bro, don't watch it. It's a waste of fucking time. There's lines of dialogue in that show that made me want to blow my brains out because how fucking dumb they were.
So I think we're good on this point. Do you want to continue watching the vid?
I do.
Okay. All right. So I will bring y'all back if I say something past this point that y'all want to comment on. But until that point, I'm gonna drag y'all back. Just get back in general chat if you have a future thing about the video that y'all want to say. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and continue with the video. Jesus.
How long is this video?
Beyond the Black Panther itself,
yeah, it's not
also
long.
What Wakanda represented. For years, so much
I'm gonna skip this because we've already talked about it.
Then were else on the planet, and people that did not need to be saved. They were a formidable force, and that meant something to me. Not because Wakanda was real, it obviously wasn't. But representation suddenly doesn't become meaningless because it's fictional. Sometimes fictional is exactly the place where people first see themselves portrayed with power, dignity, and possibility. You're probably asking, okay, what does the Odyssey have to do with this? The Black Panther and Odyssey are both considered made-up stories. Obviously, the Black Panther is, and then the Odyssey has gods, monsters, supernatural events that can be debated. But there's an extremely important distinction between these two situations. Black Panther was not created in Africa. Black Panther was actually made in America by a...
Okay. This is going to be the crux of my disagreement here. It's not about the fact that who created it and why they created it. To me, it really boils down to the type of media it comes from. Black Panther, as a comic book, is not the same as the Odyssey, a purely written format, literature with no visual provided, to have the same emphasis on who should be casted in an adaptation for it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just think that's crazy.
Well, even then, like, what is the comparison to Black Panther doesn't really make sense regardless because of his reasoning for why he resonates with Black Panther so much. Because if you're resonating with, like, why,
I agree, yeah.
I don't, like, is his obvious, I don't know, obviously we haven't finished the video, but, like, is his argument that he can't resonate with the characters in the Odyssey because they don't look like him, or they do look like him, and it doesn't make sense that they're there, even though, historically speaking, like, there were black people in that part of the world in that time period? Like, I don't know.
See, that's my second point. I would say, like, I would say the fact that there are even black people in that time period is irrelevant due to the fact that the story itself, if I'm making an adaptation, like, this is not Homer's Odyssey. This is Christopher Nolan's Odyssey. If I'm making an adaptation of a fictional story, I'm allowed to create, like, I can have creative liberties with that interpretation however I want, as long as I don't disrespect the core fundamental aspects of the character. So if I'm reading the Odyssey, I don't know if anybody's, like, read the Odyssey, but there's not a description about a character that forces that character to have to be a certain race. Like, they don't have to be a certain race in the Odyssey in particular. They don't. So to have that expectation that they have to look Greek is crazy to me. Because again, like I've seen so many plays, I've seen so many movies. Like, have you ever seen Romeo and Juliet?
Well, I've seen Nomeo and Juliet.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No. But you ever seen the Leonardo DiCaprio version?
Nah. But what I wanted to say was like about your point about like literature. So like, there's like you ever read To Kill a Mockingbird?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like obviously you can still put racial things into literature, but from my understanding, I don't think I haven't watched the Odyssey, so I'm not gonna say that, but he hasn't exactly, maybe he will, but he hasn't exactly said anything that. Let me just finish the video actually, because I just want to see what he says and then I'll make my point. Actually, that probably makes sense.
Okay. I see somebody in the general. We're gonna bring you after we kind of watch some more. Okay.
Americans who took the cultural aesthetics, traditions, imagery, and history as an inspiration to create Black Panther and Wakanda. And I'm honestly grateful that they did, because even though Black Panther was American made, there was some attempt and effort, especially as the character evolved to the big screen, to treat the African culture with some level of respect. It wasn't perfect. Africa as a continent containing thousands of cultures, languages, traditions, and histories can't be represented by just one film.
Okay, this is my problem. To me, he's already conflated the biggest issue for me. Black Panther as a comic book is not the same as Black Panther as a movie. Are they the same character? Sure, but the film is an adaptation. That is not the original media. If I was to critique all of the things that Black Panther the movie does that is not essential or featured in the comic book, I could talk about how it's not, let's say, the most accurate thing or the most stringently like represented thing based on what I see in the comic book. That's already different. It's already an adaptation. That's the whole point. If I adapt something, I can make it different. Now, how different I can make it should be, in my opinion, embedded to who the character is at the core level. Black Panther needs T'Challa to primarily be black because that's a part of his plot. Like he can't escape that. I would encourage T'Challa to be black just because it's embedded in his arcs and his thematics, like who the character is and how he's portrayed. It would be heavily encouraged to make T'Challa a black person. That's my only point. And if it didn't
make it Ryan Gosling, Black Panther for the win.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it didn't have that initial visual media and it didn't necessitate that he was a black person, I would say make Black Panther whoever you want Black Panther to be, but that's not who the character is. I would say that's like my biggest argument against that.
I agree.
But you could see that there was an attempt to dignify the African people when the movie came out, and also in the comics. There was an attempt to represent the African people with strength, dignity, beauty, and power. And I appreciate that as someone that is African. But the Odyssey is different. The Odyssey simply didn't take aesthetics from Greece and some inspiration. It literally came from Greece. This is a story that's been connected to Greece for centuries. It's sewed into their history, their mythology, their language, their culture, and the way ancient Greek civilization has been understood throughout the entire world. This story became so influential that generations of Americans have put this inside their curriculum. So when Greek people say they have a deeper connection to the Odyssey, I'm just really confused on why there's an issue with that and why.
First of all, oh my god, bro.
I know that's where I flipped. I was like, ain't no way.
You weren't even alive. What are you talking about? Okay. The fucking cultural heritage and the roots of it doesn't fucking matter. Like, what matters is the story and how it's told and how it's adapted. Most people weren't fucking even alive, let alone even if they're Greek and they're in America, like they're not even from there. They were born in America, but they have Greek roots. Like, this argument makes no sense.
Like, people only treat, like, I don't know what it is, but it's like whenever a movie gets made, people act like a movie is not an art form. How many times has the Odyssey been adapted into a play, a cartoon, and people have made like casting liberties on making Helen Hispanic or Jewish or whatever, because it's not about like Helen is not written to be specifically a certain race. That's not embedded into her character. She's supposed to be the most beautiful woman in Troy. That's her character. Men will go to war for Helen. That's the whole point of her depiction. It does not necessitate that she's a certain race. So if you can have plays dance around with her race when you cast Helen of Troy, like you see it in plays all the time. When they have an adaptation of any famous poem or epic that doesn't need the character to be a certain race, they'll cast whoever as long as you can act the character.
Yeah.
The character.
Well, his whole argument like if his argument is that it doesn't make sense that there's a black, like, is he gonna say that, like, that there's a black character in the movie?
Yes, he ends up talking about the fact that Lupita is black and that Elliot Page is trans, and like it literally does not. It doesn't matter.
Well, first of all, let's not bring in the trans thing, because the Greeks were some freaks. All right, not even meaning to.
You're not wrong. You're not even wrong.
Not even meaning like the Greek. They were some freaks. Okay, let's not like act like that's out of the picture for Greeks. Okay. Second of all, they're literally, like, black people were around in that time, again, in that part of the world. So your argument already fumbles flat. So not only is her race not important to the character, but it also doesn't make sense because there literally were black people there. So you're wrong on two fronts.
Yeah. I agree completely. You want to let it play some more, or you want to...
Is that his argument?
He kind of goes into it some more, but yeah.
Is that the crux of it? I mean, I don't want to not be
I would
fair,
say the crux, yeah.
But if that is the argument, then yeah, I don't really think we need to watch any more of it.
Okay.
Again, maybe he clarifies his point, but we are 5 minutes into the video and he hasn't said a single thing that makes genuine sense, or is that like a good take? I would say. So that's
I'm trying to be like fair to him. I can't like remember. I can turn up the speed. How about I do that? Because he does kind of.
Well, the only thing he said that has made sense is that you don't need a character to look like you to resonate, but his words contradict that. So
yeah,
I'm also like I'm trying to be charitable, but I also can't be charitable.
That's pretty much it. So he basically used Black Panther to say like, if I would be upset if Black Panther wasn't black, basically. So it's like, why is it that when Greeks are complaining about their media, I guess, not representing Greek people,
it's not even
like
just
people
Greek
have a problem
people.
with
It's
it.
just like you know, like people like
again,
the critical drinker or like Nerdrotic. It's like, bro, you don't know shit. Like, shut up.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then he goes on to talk about like the dialogue, the fact that they have American accents. So it's like, dude, and this is where I brought up my point about
aliens in movies have
like
American accents.
Exactly. So like, I don't know if you've ever seen Leonardo DiCaprio's Romeo and Juliet, but that movie is notorious for the fact that it does not have the Shakespearean like dialogue. It doesn't use like his iambic pentameter, whatever. They talk like normal modern people. It's not even taking place in like it's like a city. Like Leonardo DiCaprio smoking a cigarette. It's they got cars. It's not where Romeo and Juliet was like taking place.
Romeo
but
and Juliet,
it still works.
Yeah, but Romeo and Juliet, regardless of the period or the place that it takes place, Romeo and Juliet is a story that can happen anywhere in the fucking world. So if you adapt it in that way, it doesn't fucking matter. What matters is that the characters in the story is in line with the adaptation.
Exactly. So I guess
it's the same thing with like Bonnie and Clyde, like GTA 6. Like, are we gonna sit here and nitpick GTA 6 because they're doing a Bonnie and Clyde story, but it's not 100% totally accurate to Bonnie and Clyde? Like,
so I'm gonna show you what he says about the casting.
One of the things that I actually mentioned in my previous video that I was really concerned about was the overwhelming amount of star power that distracted from the culture and the actual story. This cast was filled with some of the most recognizable people in Hollywood.
What? The overwhelming star power distracted from the story?
He said the culture in the story.
And the culture in the story. What? The characters are what make...
Yeah.
Bro, you have good actors portraying the characters that you want to portray, and if the actors portray those characters in a good way, how does that distract from the story? If anything, that should make you more invested in said story because the actors are making the performances so believable that it gets you more invested into the story. Alright, we don't need to watch the rest of the video, because you skipped 15 minutes in, and the first thing I heard him say was that? I'm like, bro, what are we doing?
Oh man. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to show you. And so I
Like, what the fuck is this video?
I just figured that if I'm making an adaptation of any piece of media and it comes from like let's say the original comes from something that's purely based in writing, I feel like I should be allowed as a creative to make that character whatever skin color. It doesn't matter because the essence of that character is not baked in to how they depict race.
Yeah.
Like it's not an integral factor to that character. And I think people got to get out of the box of always looking at like characters as just their race, like their race is their identity. I don't see it that way. Black Panther ain't my favorite superhero.
Well, let me ask
because I don't care about the character being black.
Is there a point in the video where he actually makes the argument that this character or this actor or whatever is not being portrayed accurately?
I think
like
he tries
in a
to
writing
say,
sense.
No, he doesn't. It's purely just based on the casting. Like this it's literally called celebrity casting right here. And then he goes on to like the dialogue talking about the fact that they don't have the right what is it, accent or language or whatever. And then his argument that it's just fiction. He's basically trying to put in a counter argument. Like people say it's just fiction, and that's not even my counter argument. My counter argument is the fact that like it's an adaptation. You're allowed to like, yeah. That's basically what the video boils down to.
Like this is even the problem with people criticizing adaptations. It's like, because an adaptation can take something that was good and make it better, or do something different and still make it better, or just go on its own thing while still taking inspiration from what it's adapting. So if you're making this kind of video and you're not even criticizing the actual like writing of the fucking adaptation, and you're just complaining about the casting or like shit like that, like you've already fundamentally failed starting this video.
Like people even adapt, like I would even call an adaptation when you dub or voice like a story in a different language. To me, that's an adaptation because you would have to find like a way to fit the cultural context or whatever they're talking about in a show to match it in that specific language to the point like the viewer can understand it. So like if I'm watching a dub, I'm not thinking about the fact that, oh, these voice actors in English aren't speaking with a Japanese accent.
Well, look at Ghost of Yote. Hold on. Look at Ghost of Yote.
Yeah.
Or Ghost of Tsushima. Like, they're not speaking Japanese. I mean, you could put it in Japanese, but like, they might have the accent, sure, but like, they're not talking to like. Are we gonna criticize them for because they have the English dub? Like, I'm just confused. I don't know.
Oh, Nobu's in the general. Hold up.
Like, I'm just still stuck on the fact that he said that the actors were too good. Like, what are we talking? Like, that was basically what he just said. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Well, he said it distracted from the culture and the...
Yeah, I know what he's saying, but like, oh yeah, the actors are so good that they distract from the actual culture and story. What are you talking about? Stop. Just stop talking, please.
Yeah, I was just gonna add something real quick. I honestly think that when people make arguments about surface level things like this, it's just because they don't actually care that much about storytelling and the things that actually matter. Like that's the shit that actually has substance, right?
And that's why hold on, sorry.
Exactly.
Like that's why I make so many videos on like grifters and people that like nitpick and try and pick apart stories for political reasons, because you're not actually engaging with the media and the story that they're trying to tell. All you're interested in is the political aspect of it, and I hate
because actually analyzing and actually inspecting like what makes a story good or what makes characters good is actually kind of hard. You know what I mean? Like it actually takes like some sort of brain power.
I was literally
criticizing a movie because two characters are black is like the most brain dead. It's just and like Sony said, right? It's not even contingent. Like Black Panther is contingent on the characters being black, right? Like it's literally way more contingent. With the Odyssey, two characters being black does not do anything to the story, right? It's of way less significance, and propping it up to be like such significance when it's not, and just like not even criticizing the actual writing and the storytelling. That's what people do when they're just too low. I don't want to say low IQ. I think people are smart. I think people can just be lost sometimes, but like it's just like the most. It's you just don't want to put in the effort to actually criticize the movie.
What you just said earlier about like media literacy and like actually engaging and understanding themes, psychological elements, character arcs on like more than just a baseline level, it does take a lot of skill and a lot of like actual thought. Exactly. And it's not even just a skill you can just like gain just like that, like whether you go to like a college class. It's like you have to watch so many different movies, you have to do your research on psychology, you have to do your research on, you just have to live life in general to actually like understand themes and things in movies. And mind you, I have fucking ADHD, severe ADHD. Yeah. It makes it so hard to analyze these things. So when I see people that are like just normal and they can't do the bare minimum, and then they look at shit like political and so surface level, I'm just like, you should not be making videos about movies. I'm sorry, but like you just shouldn't.
Exactly. Most people don't even understand shit about story. Like most people just feel, like a lot of people feel, right? Like if a gameplay system is good, or at least the presentation system is good. If like, you know, how the movie is conveying itself, like a lot of people feel things, but they don't actually know how to interpret what they're fucking seeing. So like it's so easy to grift and like complain about shit that doesn't actually have any substance because they don't understand the shit that actually has substance. Yeah. Basically, yeah.
He did actually review like the movie, like try to do it on a like critical level without talking about the politics of it. Do you want to see that part?
Well, I haven't watched the movie, so I can't do that.
He doesn't talk about the story. He just kind of talks about, like...
Okay, you reviewed a movie and didn't talk about the story. What did you review?
Well, he gave it like very blanket general.
Is it a spoiler-free review?
I think so.
I'm not gonna lie, I never watch spoiler-free reviews because it's just like you're not.
Yeah, they don't really tell you anything.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, he was very general about it. But if you wanted to see it, I can show that. It's like super short. It's this 6:19 to 7:50.
Oh, it's in this video.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying. Movie review. We got a nice chapter here. Okay.
I thought this was like the part where I was like, because it leads into all the bad stuff.
First of all, I don't think this movie was a bad movie. I honestly think it was technically sound and what you can expect from Christopher Nolan and what he's done in the past. But that doesn't suddenly make me forget.
And this is why you can't give people fancy mics and a black background, bro, because then they start saying shit like technically sound. You never said that word a day in your life, bro. Shut up.
Expect from Christopher Nolan and what he's done in the past. But that doesn't suddenly make me forget and agree with some of the creative decisions that he made throughout this movie. The scale is there, the cinematography is impressive. You can't put $300 million in a movie and not feel it somehow. Performances were strong, although I would critique Anne Hathaway and Tom Holland's performances in some of the scenes in the movie. Anne Hathaway, in my opinion, didn't really portray Penelope in the way that I viewed her, especially from gathering as much context I can get from that character. And then,
so this is the part that kind of pissed me off.
Instagram.
I've read the Odyssey. I've read the Odyssey front to back. So I feel like this take comes from a very social media, like blazing take about how they think she should look or appear rather than how she acted. Because one thing I can say for certain, having watched it, I'm not going to say anything for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, Anne Hathaway might be the best part about the acting performance for me in this movie. She had loyal wife locked down, son. I felt that. I watched it with my girl. She was crying at all the Anne Hathaway scenes, bro. Like, ain't no way. So, and what did he say about Tom?
I also was viewing Telemachus in a different way as well too, but it wasn't that much to take away from the film. But the first technical thing that I really noticed in this film was really the beginning, where all the shots were extremely fast. During the beginning of the movie, I didn't feel like I had enough time.
I don't know. No, he doesn't say anything too dense here.
The setting, the movie felt like it was trying to rush and establish everything very quickly before settling into the larger story. But then we get into my biggest criticism.
That right there. Hold on. I haven't watched the movie, but even not watching the movie, I hate when people do that. How?
Yeah, they're not building on.
How does the movie do that?
I hate when they say some shit that sounds smart, like, oh my god, the pacing's bad, or oh my god, the fucking characters weren't portrayed correctly. But it's just like, how? Like, are you gonna expand on the argument? Like, are you just?
That's one. My biggest. I literally made a whole video dedicated to that exact kind of sentence right there. Maybe it's not a spoiler, whatever. I don't care what he's trying to do. I hate that shit. It's so surface
I hate it too,
level,
bro.
and you're just like, no, bro.
Yeah, oh my god, this is bad. Oh my god, this aspect is bad. Oh my god, okay, but like, are you gonna explain how the? Like, I don't know, man.
Again, because I watched it. The only thing that I could have said that I really did not like about the pacing was just like it's like 172 minutes. It can be pretty long. You can sometimes feel the length of the movie throughout like the median scenes, but I thought the character work, how they set up themes, like the arcs were really well fleshed out.
The only thing, like,
that's just me.
I think with like the pacing, all you need to do to express why you think something has bad pacing is look at scenes within the movie, analyze the arcs or the things that the movie is trying to do, and then look at it and be like, should this scene be in there, or did this scene not do enough to establish what the movie is trying to do? That's all you need to do when you're trying to criticize a movie for good or bad pacing.
Yeah, exactly. Every scene in a given movie, like, it has a purpose, right? Like, it's either to establish characters, to set up a moment, like everything. If there's not a moment in the like, if there's not enough substantial like build up for like a specific scene that is actually purposeful to the movie, or if there is but it's just way too dragged out or way too short, that's what pacing is. That's all it is. Yeah. But people never actually fucking explain it because they don't know what the fuck pacing is. They just think using the word pacing or like technical, whatever the fuck you said earlier, like he just thinks it sounds like
people hear the word pacing and then they think their own feelings of whether a movie is moving too fast or too slow, when that's not what pacing is. Like Spider-Man 2, that game does not have good pacing because the third act of the game and even the acts within it do not do enough to flesh out what the story is trying to do. Venom being the biggest culprit of that. That's why that game has bad pacing in its story.
Yeah.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed the Odyssey though. I if y'all have not seen it, it's very good for me.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it, but I already told you why. I was like,
it's all good. It's all good. I would say there was not a wasted scene. Like to me, everything that gets introduced in the Odyssey has a payoff and a callback and a reason why it's important and significant for the characters.
Wait, Sonny,
like,
have you seen like a lot of his like other movies? Nolan's?
Christopher Nolan's? Yeah.
I was gonna say that shit's like almost like a staple. Nolan doesn't fuck around with like every single scene in every one of his movies almost are just like extremely intentional, extremely engaging.
It was just very integral. There was not a waste.
Someone said, "Can we get some perms and join the VC?" If you want to debate or discuss something,
just get in general.
Get in general, and we'll drag you in.
Honestly, okay, I saw Ezio the Fox in there, but he just left.
You left. If you want to stay, just stay in the general. We'll drag you.
I was gonna say, how often do you guys do this? By the way, this is.
I haven't done Disagreement Day in literally probably.
I just had the urge to do it, but Wolverine's about to come out, and I was gonna start talking about the trailers after Colin wanted to leave, so I'm probably gonna stay in here and look at that.
Well, I don't have to leave for I don't have to leave for another hour.
Okay, then do y'all want to go over to the?
We can do it. Well, you want to let the
the
Fox guy.
All right, yeah, Fox. Let's go.
All right.
I like that name, by the way. I'm a old Assassin's Creed fan.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's been really nice talking to you guys because like most people just don't know how to fucking just talk.
My audio was bugging out. Sorry.
Appreciate that.
Oh no, you good. And I appreciate that, Nobu.
Yeah.
Why can I? For some reason, it is not letting me do audio through the speaker on my phone.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you too. He probably can't hear us.
Can he not hear us?
Oh yeah.
That might just be something on my end.
Wait, can you hear us?
I can hear you guys.
Oh,
if I
yeah,
hold it up
good.
like I'm on the phone, like if I'm taking a call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just put it on speaker on Discord.
No, it's literally not letting me put it on speaker.
Are you on an iPhone?
It is
So scroll,
1-to-1 not letting me.
So hold on. Scroll down. On
Figured it out.
He got it. All right.
As soon as you said it, I figured it out.
Yeah. All right. What's up? What's up, Ezio the Fox?
So, first of all, what has been happening so far?
Oh my god.
I am sorry. I've been like.
We've been talking.
I've seen like.
Well,
it's a lot to explain. Like, it's a lot to
you missed about an hour.
So is this like
stream? Well, we were talking about we're not excited for Doomsday trailer because it seems like it's bidding on nostalgia and a lot of things haven't built up. Spider-Man
nostalgia bait.
Spider-Man Brand New Day looks like it's gonna be really good, and then this guy's video on the Odyssey.
And I was about to look up some trailers.
God. The only thing I've heard about Odyssey so far, the only thing I've seen about Odyssey so far is the freaking chat music thing that came up with all the comments.
I don't know that.
I mean, I feel like if we don't want to go back to that argument, we can just like do the Wolverine shit. If Ezio's up for, I don't know.
I was gonna watch the Wolverine trailer, and then I was also gonna look at these. Okay, my take for Big 2026 is we are in the golden era of like horror movie bangers.
I mean,
I feel
I've only watched one.
Cold. You said what?
I said I've only watched one, and it was Obsession. So I don't know.
Obsession was heat. I thought Backrooms was okay, but
I've only watched the Backrooms one. It was way different than I was expecting in a very good way.
Yeah, I thought it was decent. I didn't like it as much as Obsession, but Backrooms was good to me. I think so. My favorite director for horror movies right now is the guy that made Weapons. Because to me, he's on a hot streak. He made Barbarian, I like. He made Weapons, I like, and he's making the Resident Evil. I'm excited for that. I don't know if y'all seen the trailer for the Resident Evil movie.
Did the Resident Evil movie not come out? I thought it came out.
No, it's coming out.
I have not been paying attention to Resident Evil.
I could be tripping.
I only just started getting into Silent Hill. I haven't even started getting into Resident Evil lately.
Silent Hill 2 is peak.
I'm gonna drag.
Silent Hill 2 was the first one I watched.
Oh, wait, you're talking about the movie?
Yeah, the movie.
I thought you were talking about the game.
No.
I haven't watched the movies or played the games.
Horror movies are about to have a peak year. That's how I'm feeling. Other Mommy looks fire.
Other Mommy.
What else?
Hold on now.
Exactly, gang.
God. Also, Colin, is this VOD going up later on YouTube?
Yeah, I'll probably shorten.
All right, because I'd like to be able to.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna.
Jovi, I know you're a fan of RE.
Well, I'm gonna keep the VOD. I'm gonna keep the VOD up, and I'll probably do like a video shortened down or condensed version of the stream.
Because I did with the freaking God, what was his name? Synthetic Man. The Synthetic Man debunking. I swapped between the VOD and the short form video. Well, quote unquote short form.
That wasn't
like go back. But I mean, there's nothing you can really do about that. Dude,
I'm gonna pull up the Wolverine trailer.
Dude was like on a freaking hot streak of bigotry.
All right, so for the Wolverine story trailer, we're gonna watch this giant. No pausing.
Is this for the Wolverine game by Insomniac?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't watched this yet. I need to.
We're going to watch it, no pausing, and then once it's done, then we can talk about it.
I've already watched this, to be honest.
All right.
I am just gonna.
I mean, y'all can react to it if you want, but like no pausing.
Opening up with building tension. Okay, bisexual.
Before. Humans and mutants can't survive together.
I tried to keep them safe for so long.
Fucking right.
You got the shit in 2x.
Am I crazy for saying that?
Yeah, no, he has it in 2x speed.
Am I crazy?
Oh, my bad.
Wait, while it's paused real quick, am I crazy for saying Jean Grey's face looks more attractive in this trailer than it did on the gameplay review?
Yeah, no, you're not crazy. It does.
I agree. Okay. We're not gonna pause that though. I want to talk about that later.
Okay, we got the Sentinels.
For mutants. That is why you belong here.
Of course.
Tear the beast. The hunt is ready.
Is this fucking Mortal Kombat?
Most people.
That's the hand.
But you.
And Lady Deathstrike.
Good lord.
Oh, beast!
When it comes to like comics and stuff, I know little about Wolverine.
Okay, I think I'm going to love this game more than I loved the first Spider-Man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bro, this game.
I would hope so. It's their what, third, fourth superhero game?
I think I am going to adore this game. First and foremost, Jean does not look clapped. She's not clapped.
Yeah, I know.
She's not clapped.
People are saying Wolverine is clapped.
Nobody can be mad about how Jean looks in this game. I'm so over that. Like, oh my god, everybody brings up.
I think, and I think she looked. I don't know if they changed her face or if it was just the different face point in the story or whatever. But her face does look different in this trailer than it did in that first reveal at the last PlayStation showcase.
It's probably just
as long as it doesn't end up where we get crazy ass people going on about face modelings like we did with MJ, I'll be fine.
I'm not even complaining. It was just kind of just an observation, to be honest.
No, I just mean like because I can already see some people trying to use that as kind of BS.
They've already. I mean, they already have. They literally already have.
I would say here's one thing that I'm actually really curious about, and I don't know if it's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing, but like, what do you guys think about the gameplay? Because like, I feel like Spider-Man 1 and 2 had a real advantage with gameplay because like being able to like bounce off of buildings and fucking like doing aerial combat kind of added a different like dynamic to combat, right? I feel like in this game, if it's just gonna be grounded the whole time, like I don't know how Insomniac's gonna.
Well, I mean,
as someone who may or may not have played the leaked build that came out for the game, if you like God of War, you'll like this game's combat system. That's all I'll say.
Was it stated to be like an open world sort of thing, like they did with Spider-Man, or is it more like a linear?
It's more like the gameplay is whether it's the hub worlds, the combat. Not the traversal. The traversal feels more like parkourish and Spider-Man without the web swinging, but
kind of like along the lines of like Mirror's Edge.
I don't know about that.
I haven't played.
I was going to say Watch Dogs. Creed-esque.
Watch Dogs or Assassin's Creed.
It's like you could say it's maybe a mix of Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed, but or even Sunset Overdrive, except for the rail grinding and stuff like that. But in terms of like the exploration and the hub worlds and the combat, if you like the new God of War games, you'll like this game. That's all I'll say.
But the thing about God of War is you have like 2 weapons in the first game, you have 3 weapons in the next game. I feel like God of War's combat has a lot of depth.
This game has, so you're going to be able to switch from there's a combat string for the fists, and then there's a combat string for the claws. So there's 2 different strings for both, whichever combat method you want to do. And then you're also going to get a katana, which will also have its own skill thing. And then you can also take people's weapons from out of their hands and throw it back at them and use them in combat. You can pick people up. Well, they showed this in the gameplay thing, but you can pick people up and like throw them at like a bent pipe, and they'll get like impaled through it. There's a lot of stuff you can do in the combat system. It's less rigid than God of War's combat system. Like it feels more like you have more elevation to the combat. Like
so it's more the flow and like the rhythm of like the Spider-Man games, but with kind of like the dark and grittiness or like the more brutality of God of War,
The God of War comparison comes from how you engage with, not fully engage with enemies in combat, but like the combo strings and how you actually like get creative and like do cool shit in combat. That's where it mirrors God of War.
I'm asking a lot more questions because despite the fact that my sister had a PlayStation 4 and I bought Spider-Man for it, she sold it within 2 months after I got it for her.
That's unfortunate.
I spent my money on that damn game.
Sonny, what do you think about the combat?
So, I'm going to be real. I have a different set of rules when it comes to my enjoyment of a combat system based on the power fantasy that I'm playing. So for me, when I'm playing like a beat 'em up, like everything is non-lethal, you can get pretty wacky and I'm okay with it. But if I know the game is going to be M-rated and people are going to die, I'm okay with it just being like brutal and immersive and just efficient. I like that just because like it gives me the satisfaction, like I'm invested. Like I liked Ghost combat just because like I felt the power fantasy of being like a samurai, and like it was satisfying. Like I liked Hogwarts Legacy because I felt the like satisfying being a wizard who just smoking people with spells. Like it was just satisfying.
So you're saying you don't really care that much about like extreme depth in the combat system as long as it's like, you know, adjacent to what you actually
enough
want to feel.
Depth to the point where it's like I don't need like it needs to be satisfying in its own realm of me using claws. Well, like if I imagine I had claws on my hands, I had the ability to leap fairly, I had like anything that I should be able to do as Wolverine, I want to be able to play that.
Okay, I feel you. Yeah.
So it's like, so a game, in my opinion, that doesn't do that really well is like if you ever played like seen Rome, what is it, Son of Rome, like the Xbox One game that came out a long time ago, where it's like
I played the Wolverine Origins game on an emulator that came out like it was like X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, that game.
Yeah, that one's good. I like that one.
That game's like DMC.
I barely got past the first beginning area because I did not know what I was doing.
But it's like I'm trying to think of a game that has like a combat system where the power fantasy doesn't match what you do.
It's like if you took something like just for like a very drastic comparison, it's like if you put in like a key-based battle system of a Dragon Ball game into something as like really hardcore or like hyper realistic as like The Witcher.
Yes, that, or if I'm playing as Goku, but I can't do all of Goku's moves.
Yeah, or like if you're literally stuck, like if you're playing Goku and you can only like literally just punch and kick.
I can't really think of any because a lot of games that are adapted from like different pieces of media do it pretty well from what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, there's not many examples of.
Well, all I'm gonna say is the game's combat system does have depth, it does have creativity, and enemy variety.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
it has so much enemy variety. There's like I think like 5 different factions, and you know how Insomniac does their enemy design. They're probably going to be, you know, some similarities between the enemies,
especially if it's going off anything like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I'm not worried at all because I think a lot of people probably disagree with me. I don't know if you guys are going to disagree with me, but I think like Spider-Man 2 has probably one of the, if not the best combat systems of any like superhero game. I'm going to be honest.
I did not get to play it.
You'd have to talk to you and Sony will have to chop that one up.
I agree.
I know.
I agree. I got problems with.
Yeah, okay.
I have problems with the hunter
gadgets?
grenade in the air and the Yes, I do have a problem with the gadgets, and I do like. But the core system of playing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's like it's goddamn amazing.
The thing is, people judge it on the fact that you can just spam square. I get it, but like the ceiling of Spider-Man 2 is like really fucking high.
Utility, combo variety, and I don't know. Did Spider-Man 2 ever punish you for repeating combos?
No. Well, in Miles. Yeah, actually, it does because
there's some things like.
Well, okay, punish is a difficult word because can your string get stopped? Yes, but do you take damage or lose your combo for having it like stop? No. So if the sniper enemies in Spider-Man 2, if you hit them 4 times with square, they will dodge out the way and kick you, or they'll dodge and shoot you. They can do that, but like you don't necessarily.
The only punishments that they added for Spider-Man 2 were not parrying on time. And the air grenade.
Yo, you know what I'm curious about?
Assuming you couldn't even.
Do you guys think Arkham's combat is better than Spider-Man's combat? No. I think it's not. No. I think Arkham looks really cool at a low level, but it has a very low skill ceiling. I think Spider-Man has a high skill ceiling.
You are
the only Arkham game that I have played is Origins.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man has a very high skill ceiling, but like if you're just spamming square, it's not gonna look cool. In Arkham, you can spam square and it's gonna look cool, but it like. You know what I mean? Like you see what I'm getting at? Like,
here's the thing. Let me add something.
I need this guy in every stream.
I agree with you in the sense that I think Spider-Man has a higher skill ceiling. But when it comes to the Arkham games, once you actually like the challenge maps, obviously, it's not all the way throughout the Arkham story, but like you can't just. There does come to a point where there's enough enemy variety in Arkham where you can't just sit there and spam square and square and square and square. You do need to like intentionally think about the enemies because they will punish you if you just sit there and spam square and square.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about like the pressure points. Like as far as like,
it's because there's also like less flourish and variety within.
Yeah. I'm
Arkham
talking.
As a whole.
I'm not talking as much as like as far as like what the enemies like pressure you into doing in using certain mechanics. I'm more so talking about like in Spider-Man 2, you can do crazy shit in that game with crazy inputs that just make the like you could be playing the game for like 200 hours and still be like doing crazy cool shit.
Well, yeah.
In Arkham, my issue with Arkham is that it's very efficient based. Like it's very like you have like
I think that's by design though, because
like you figure out what works the first time.
Yeah, it's like it's very strict. Like Arkham looks cool, but it's very strict.
I was about to say the same thing.
That's the word.
It's rigid.
Like
Arkham
Spider-Man is a true sandbox. True sandbox.
Although I guess that kind of also attributes to the theme of Batman. Like if he has like a set plan or if he has like the correct solution the first time, that's just what he's going to use.
The reason I put above Spider-Man over Arkham is because generally in combat, in terms of things that you can do on a baseline level without the intricacies of the skill ceiling, Spider-Man has the same, if not more, variety in terms of combat, like actual mechanics and tools.
No, it has more.
It also is not. It's not as rigid as Arkham. It's way. You
can do so much crazy shit as Spider-Man.
It has more, but like, is it weird for me to say that that's one of the reasons why I found it one of the easiest games to play at the hardest difficulty?
Well, here's the thing about
it's easy.
Here's the thing about the difficulty. It's not about it being difficult. It's about it being engaging.
It's about what you can do.
It's about what you can do. And me and Sony have said this probably 100 different times. You cannot show me a playthrough of you going and playing Spider-Man 2 without using the heal button.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's like damn near impossible.
It's not impossible. It's just it takes skill, and that's the point I'm trying to make.
That's why I said damn near. Yeah.
Big skill.
Yeah. It's like a lot of.
Like a game can be hard and not engaging, and a game can be engaging and not hard.
And I'm also not going to sit here and act like Arkham is like hard. Every time I replay Arkham Knight, I don't even upgrade my armor because I want the game to be more challenging, and I still rarely ever die playing Arkham. The only time I actually die playing Arkham anymore, and obviously it's because I play the game so many times, but the only time I actually die when playing Arkham is if I intentionally die because I just fucked up a stealth segment and I got caught, and I didn't want to get caught, so I just restarted it by dying.
I feel that.
Yeah. And I also think Spider-Man 2 is this isn't really fair, but like I think Spider-Man 2 is also much more engaging in totality because of the mobility. It has the best mobility out of any game. Yes. Like if we're
actually wait, can I add something onto that?
In Arkham, it's not really fair because in Arkham you're just gliding, but like yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
It's not even just gliding, it's like even point launching in combat or the way you dodge and use your air stuff in combat. Like there is just more layers to.
No, I was saying like just simply just going around the city and stuff. Yeah.
I do feel like the Spider-Man games could have benefited from a stealth system that was at least taken some inspiration from the Amazing Spider-Man games. Yeah. I don't know why the Amazing Spider-Man
stealth
games.
Is not good, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't like those ones. I'm not gonna sit here
and act like the Amazing Spider-Man games have good stealth either, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I'm just taking his word for it because I never played it, but I mean,
because the Amazing Spider-Man games, because I just replayed the first one on my Xbox 360, and the stealth, it is kind of jarring, but like the idea of being able to like wrap up enemies in cocoons and like do 2 enemies at once and be able to like quickly web retreat, and then I get these ideas like if you were able to like cut around corners or dive behind bars and everything.
Spider-Man's stealth is not balanced at all. The combat has balance and engagement. Spider-Man 2 stealth is not balanced at all. And I think it could easily be balanced by making the enemies more smart, but I don't think.
And that's the trade-off. I think Arkham has a way better stealth, and I think Spider-Man has way better combat. That's all.
I agree.
So technically, if you do Wolverine that way, you could technically have the same, but I mean, Wolverine's not really known for being stealthy.
Here's actually my problem with it. It's like, I think the reason why Batman's stealth is so good is because it rewards creativity and the combat doesn't. If you try to get creative with the combat in Batman, you're going to get punished for it.
Yeah.
But
wait, what do you mean by like creativity?
Because like if I do anything with outside the realms of me trying to keep the free flow combat, I get punished with my combo. And which leads to all the other extra stuff that you can do with the system.
I'll break it down like this.
In Spider-Man, you create the
Arkham,
flow basically.
In Arkham, let's say you have your special moves like the big boom from the explosive blast, like from Arkham Knight. Like you hold L2 and X, and you do your special move. That's a set move that has no way that you can do that differently. Whereas Spider-Man, you can take a gadget like, let's use Spider-Man PS4, you can take a gadget like the Trip Mine and use that gadget in so many different ways, and it's completely up to you how you use it.
Like, you can use it on floors, walls, ceilings, you can stick them to different enemies at one point.
Whereas Arkham, you can't
You
do
can
that.
stick the Trip Mine on a throwable object and launch somebody to infinity.
Wait, you can do that too?
You can put a Trip Mine on a trash can and swing the trash can, and the dude goes to like the Himalayas, because you can swing the interactables.
That is awesome.
And Arkham has that, but it's not in its combat; it's in its stealth.
Exactly. And
Exactly.
That's why,
that's why I said it's flipped. Yeah, it's literally flipped. Yeah.
No, because I had to take a second because I haven't played the Arkham games in forever, and I'm forgetting like the stuff like the explosive gel, the freaking remote control batarangs, the smoke grenades and stuff basically any kind of thing that you have for stealth. That doesn't.
And I would say with what Ranch said earlier, it's kind of thematic if you think about it, because like Spider-Man's all about agility and creativity. Batman's all about being strict and kind of like being stealthy. It's kind of like, so it's kind of thematic if you think about it, I guess.
Yeah,
he's also
like
more
it makes sense.
Like he's not really a superhuman like Spider-Man is.
Exactly. So like it kind of makes sense what Spider-Man and Batman are going to be able to do, and like how the combat like and the stealth changes in depth depending on what you're playing. So yeah.
Yeah, I would just say so that would probably be to my point about like the whole power fantasy thing. I would say in Batman, knowing the fact that Batman is a master combatant in nearly every single martial art ever, and not being able to express that freely is a little
that,
annoying.
and he's a master protective.
That's why, and I've said this multiple times,
Yes.
you need a Sifu Batman game, like a
Yes,
Batman
exactly.
game.
Switching stances, yes.
Because Sifu is one of my favorite combat games of all time, just because of how engaging and deep that system is, while letting you do low-key like whatever you kind of want to. Like there's no right way to play Sifu.
Yeah.
Like there's no
Exactly.
like you can't just like, you can be really good at it, but you can like put your style in it however you want to, and it'll work. Like it rewards you, and that's
Exactly.
What I like about the game.
Everybody's gameplay is not going to look the same. If you watch Arkham, like at a high level, everyone's doing the same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but at a high level in Spider-Man or Sifu or some shit, not everyone
Not everybody's doing the
approaches
same.
the game the same way.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
So
you know how many
if
times
Wolverine
I've
can do
played-
that, I'll be fine.
You know how many times I've played the Iceberg Lounge challenge map in Arkham Knight, like just recording it for background gameplay in a video, and exactly, I might move a little bit differently, but I'm not doing anything. Whereas if I was to record background gameplay of Spider-Man, like I'll do something in Spider-Man that you haven't seen me do in a different
Exactly.
in a different background.
You could
gameplay.
not mistake that for looped gameplay.
Like in 70 hours in, you're not going to be like, what the fuck? I just did that shit.
Yeah.
What the like? You're never going to be like that because you've already seen everything. Like you've seen every combination for the most part. You've seen every like you can't really get creative with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my only like critique with art. I mean, it serves it because most people just don't like. Developers also have to account for that because most people aren't going to play a game that many times, right? So it's like as long as
Or
it's
even to that
engaging.
level. That's why Spider-Man gets criticized so much for like what you said earlier, the square thing. A lot of people actually play Spider-Man like that, and that's why people don't
And
think
it's
it's
like-
as good as
And
it
that's
actually
the
is.
huge criticism. A lot of people think Spider-Man has worse combat than Arkham, but it's not that. It's just that you're not actually giving the combat like room to actually be really good. You're playing Arkham the same way. I mean, you're playing Spider-Man the same way you play Arkham. But if you do that, it's gonna feel like ass. But if you fucking play Spider-Man differently, it's gonna feel way better than Arkham. In my
The
opinion.
game
I add
does
on to
not
that?
force you to like engage in the systems outside of you just pressing square 4 times.
Hold on,
Like,
apparently,
it gives you the freedom.
apparently Lucas made a video of Wolverine.
Oh god.
Oh,
And my issue with Lucas is that he always talks about shit that doesn't matter. Like he never
Wait,
and he's always talking about like
let's
depth
put in
and
more,
like gameplay
quick
depth
time
and
events,
fucking
y'all.
innovation. He's always talking about
Wait,
gameplay
no,
depth and
no,
innovation.
no.
He doesn't even use the shit. He just like
wait.
Yo, by the way,
my
the
God.
Spider Combat Arena still has no update.
Before we swap to Lucas, can I add on to that like bit about like the like playing Arkham like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm using the OG Black Flag, or like the Black Flag from the Rebel collection of Assassin's Creed, because I haven't been able to get resynced yet. It's like if you go into the combat system in any Assassin's
I ain't
Creed
getting
game
resynced.
after the first one, and thinking you can only do hand-to-hand, like out in the open combat with the hidden blades, and just not using your swords or any of your other weapons, you lose out on a lot of
I'm not a big
the.
Assassin's Creed guy, so somebody else.
Well, because there's like you can, especially in Black Flag, you can still just combat with your hidden blades, or you can use your dual swords. You can add in the flow with your flintlocks. You can have like in Assassin's Creed 2, you can have a dagger. Like there's a lot more combat options, and if you're just closing them all off and then
does.
saying, "Oh, the combat's like really not all that intuitive," that's on you for not like giving yourself the option to choose anything else.
Apparently, Lucas said that the game looks good, but the faces are off.
Okay,
He just talks about shit that doesn't matter.
Wolverine?
Hold up. The only face that I felt was off in the whole thing for a little bit was Wolverine, but I got over it. Like, and again, if that was gonna be like my end all be all, why are you playing video games?
Exactly.
If you're gonna get
yo, Spider-Man in 2018 didn't look like fucking Peter Parker that you normally think of, but the game's still amazing, right?
And yet
it
people
doesn't
got
fucking
upset
matter.
when that got changed to a younger one that honestly fits the voice better.
I feel like that's most media discussion.
They could have swapped it so that the first one was the one that you got in the second game.
I think the first face was still better. I don't really give a fuck that much of a fuck about Peter's face change, but I do like the first face better.
No,
I don't
agree
care
too.
about the face change, but the first face was better. But again, that should not be the conversation about if the game was good or not.
Yeah.
Like for example, Wolverine, yeah, he kind of does look generic in the story trailer we just watched. He looks a little generic, right? But like, it doesn't actually matter that much. Like,
no,
I think that's
the fact that the only video he makes about Wolverine today is like about fucking his face. I'm just like, bro,
I
that
think
shit is not.
I think my
Just
thing
an
is like,
hour-long
well,
video.
look at what's on the screen right now. Does that not look like Wolverine?
Yeah,
exactly. Again, I'm gonna be playing with the cowl on anyway. But
Like-
I'm gonna get to a real thing about this trailer that I thought off rip had my attention. Was nobody can say that she looks clapped.
Yeah.
You cannot say
Yeah.
I don't want to see a single like baby what is it? Sweet Baby Ink is ruining our female characters in games. Like you got to be quiet.
Well, you
Like,
know
shut
they
up.
don't
I'm
work with
so
them.
tired.
They don't work with them anymore after the boycott shit was like they don't work with them anymore.
Oh well, hey, look what we got. Look what we got.
Yeah, gaming
I'm not
discourse
mad.
is very interesting.
The one thing I am a little because apparently they cut all the Jean Grey playable gameplay sections, and like as someone who may or may not have played it, I thought they would have been pretty cool.
See, and here's my problem with this. I think Insomniac got bullied so hard for being like playing characters that are not Spider-Man that they got scared to do it in any other medium. And here's what I would say to that. It was never a problem that you never got to play with Peter. It was a problem that you never got to play with somebody who had powers or a skill set.
Exactly.
I would be completely fine in the first game if I played as Black Cat, because Black Cat can fight. I would be completely fine if I got to play like anybody else that can fight.
Tell
I'm
me,
okay.
tell me how MJ took out a whole fucking camp of trained hunters from birth by herself with the fucking minigun or something with the fucking pistol.
She got trained by Sable.
She was trained for a year, but but listen.
Hey, that Sable training is elite.
Hey man, the hunters were trained since birth, and they couldn't fucking.
Yeah, but they didn't have
have
the Sable training. That's the difference, bro.
Look. Here's why I'm going to shut this down. Here's going to shut this down. because I hate power scalers, but I'm about to power scale on you real quick. Anytime Spider-Man fought Silver Sable in the first game, guess what? He kept on getting washed. But he fought Kraven. He almost won.
I get it, bro, but it's just like.
So Kraven hunters compared to Sable guards are not the same. Like, even playing them, I would say it was way more annoying to fight jetpack Sable guys in Spider-Man 1 than it was ever to fight the air grenade people with Craven. I'm just mad that they keep.
No. You know where I'm really gonna get you? How did MJ
or the
fucking
whip
fight
guys, the whip guys? You remember the whip guys in the first Spider-Man guy?
Oh my god.
Okay, explain this to me. How did MJ fucking take out a whole camp of fucking Venom, like the fucking symbiotes at the end? How did she do that?
She had their weakness.
She had the Sonic, the
Oh
Sonic
my
glass
god, she
on
has
the
this
gun.
fucking sorry ass Sonic gun, bro.
No. Okay, hold up. But here's what I will say: if MJ can have that, why can't Peter have that? That's my problem.
Well, he did.
Facts.
He did. It just.
No, he
didn't
does,
work.
but his shit is way weaker.
It's way weaker.
That's gameplay stuff.
Okay, but that goes to my point. Why is it that in Spider-Man 2, we literally see him use the web bomb in one of the vehicle takedowns, and you can't use the web bomb? And that means I know you have other gadgets, and you don't use them for real.
I'm not going to argue about. I'm not
I
going
only
to
want
argue
the
about
trip
the
mine.
I want the trip mine back too. I want a lot of the gadgets back, but.
Yeah, the gadgets in SM2 are very underwhelming. They don't really serve a really good purpose in gameplay and make shit like actually engaging.
Did y'all want to talk about the people that showed up in the trailer? Because I'm not gonna lie, I got super hype when I saw Sabretooth was working with the homie. Like, bro, this is crazy.
I'm wondering why though, because they're supposed to be like at each other's necks.
Sabretooth hates this man. Every single time he has a birthday, he
I
comes
know.
in
That shit is the funniest thing. I swear that's one of the funniest things in comics.
Bro.
Wait, every time what? Every birthday
Every birthday, Sabretooth comes to Wolverine and tries to kill him.
Really?
Yeah. And it's funny because there's been some iterations where Wolverine doesn't even know he has a birthday because he's forgotten. And Sabretooth will show up and just ruin his day. And he's like, what was that for?
That's actually funny. I never knew that. Was that in any of the movies? I didn't know.
Nah.
It's just top tier hater energy.
I'm trying to see like what else is. Oh yeah, Lady Deathstrike in the hand, bro. I'm so glad the hand are getting like an upgrade like in pop culture. I need to see more of them.
You know what I think the
Being
best.
able to fight the hand
you know
is
what
crazy.
I think the hand has been. Maybe not the hand itself, but like if you ever read Spider-Gwen's comics, bro, they made Daredevil Kingpin instead of Wilson Fisk. It's actually really well done.
Really? Daredevil Kingpin? That's actually interesting.
Spider-Gwen is really good. I love Spider-Gwen has really good comics.
Are you guys kind of like? How do you guys feel about like Insomniac just being a Marvel studio?
I think they have more potential to do other things, but I'm not really mad at it. I'm
not mad because the shit is usually good, but it's just like
I feel
okay. I'm not gonna lie,
about
Colin.
Santa
This looks
Monica.
like Jean's about to be playable. Does this not look like a cutscene where I'm about to walk as Jean?
I mean, hypothetically speaking, but I don't know about like this could just be a walk around. I'm talking about like her actual
I see clearly.
gameplay.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Whatever she got on right now, you cannot tell me no more that these characters are clapped. Stop playing. Stop playing.
You better chill for your girl tuned into the stream, bro.
No, I'm not saying anything disrespectful. I'm saying
nah.
it, bro. I'm saying it for the purpose of saying everybody that complains about these games always talks about the female characters are so chopped. They're so chopped. They look ugly. We need real woman back. Whatever that means.
Now in Spider-Man 2, you kind of had a point, but like in this game, come on.
You had a point. With, you had a
But
point.
it don't matter. Like,
Well, one, it doesn't matter. Two, they only.
Well, yeah,
they had a
it doesn't. It doesn't
They
matter.
had a point with
True.
MJ
Yeah.
and MJ specifically.
Yeah.
Wait, Colin. I just walked into the room. The first thing I heard was, "We need to bring real woman back."
Oh my God.
Probably sounds so bad.
That's how
Probably sounds like one of those Twitter grifters that's fucking just like,
Oh,
my God,
God.
these characters.
That's
are
how
ugly.
ridiculous their argument is, though. That's why I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Every single time they talk, like, what are you playing the game for?
Exactly.
It's
One
not
for the
even
game, for the
games, though.
gameplay,
This
the
extends
story,
to all
etc.
media Discord these
Like,
days. Like
Jesus.
things that don't matter are discussed. Like when I discuss the Odyssey with anyone, I actually am not a particularly huge fan of the film. But
Did y'all want to see that Resident Evil trailer?
Sure, I've seen it already,
I
but
think.
sure.
Wait, were you trying to say something to Sony Ranch?
no. I was just talking about in general, like the media discourse. Like people care about characters' faces, characters, I guess, race swaps, rather than the actual plot elements. Like for example, in Odyssey, I do think there are certain elements that the film does kind of fall on its face in terms of being an adaptation of the original Odyssey. Like, but whenever I say I am not a fan of the Odyssey, I always have to put in the disclaimer: I am fine with the Helen race swap, shit like that. I just wish I didn't have to say that.
But here's my problem.
Yeah.
What race swap even happened? She like what?
Like, dude,
Not
it's
gonna swap there. It's literature. There's no visual for Helen.
yeah, there is no visual for Helen. Like,
Oh my
at least not a
God.
distinct one that you can.
No,
point
yeah,
to.
yeah. Like there's been descriptions, but not about her race.
And here's the thing: even if there was one, I'm not saying you can't criticize that, but is it that important to where your whole basis off of why you don't want to watch a movie or why you hated a movie is because of the 2 race swaps? You know what I mean?
That makes you a racist.
Not
Yeah,
even
look.
like you can criticize it, but it's not it's not that significant. If that's
Exactly.
very significant to you, that just shows more of how you think more than
My
anything.
biggest issue with the movie is actually the ending. I can't really say what it is because of like
Yeah, don't say it.
spoilers.
It's like how people reacted when they saw Ariel was being played by fucking what's her name in the live action
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Thank you.
Not Halle
Bailey,
Berry.
Bailey,
Haley
Bailey.
Bailey. Yeah.
Haley Berry, my bad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but it's like people got their freaking Snickers in a knot. I'm gonna say that instead, just so I don't.
Like even Severus Snape. I have some critiques about the fact that Severus Snape is literally described as pale in the Harry Potter books, and they're making him black. I'm black, but I don't like. It's not gonna ruin it's not gonna like make me go to the comments and be like, oh my god, this is ruined.
The memes,
It's like
the memes that have come out of the Severus Snape thing are so funny, bro.
I'll take a
I
black
will
snake
say though, like
over
the funny thing
the one
about
from
Helen-
J.K. Rowling nowadays.
See, it's funny too because like when you really think about it, I would be more offended if the character needed that. Like, I need this character to be a
Exactly.
specific. Like, he has to be white. That would make sense for me because it's
It's
like
like
the
Black
story
Panther.
needs you to exactly.
Black
That's
Panther's
all-
whole
not
existence
people that
is literally
unironically-
contingent on him being fucking black.
Good
I'm not
Exactly.
him being
lord, the
African.
amount of people I heard unironically saying that shit when Black Panther came out. Oh my god, I never wanted to freaking.
Literally,
That's why
for
like. Yeah,
Island
go
of
ahead.
Troy, all you get is beautiful, majestic, graceful, aristocratic, intelligent, and perceptive.
No, I know.
Oh, that's
I've
why
read
she
the
can't-
Odyssey.
Well, no, bro, I can just...
And you don't get any hair color, you don't get any physical characteristics. And I'm pulling from the Robert Fagles translation.
I'm just
the
thinking
Samuel
from a
Butler
grifter's. I'm
translation.
just thinking from a grifter's point of view, reading that and be like reading all those terminology and be like, "There's no way a black woman could fit that description."
But that's
no,
really
That-
what
that's
it
the-
boils-
That sounds like
that's really what it
synthetic.
boils down to, though.
That sounds like a
That's probably
synthetic
what they
man
think.
type
The
comment.
thing is
Good
that
lord.
that's what they think, like deep down, but they just want to cover it up by saying, "Oh, it's just not accurate."
Well, yeah, that's
It's like-
that's literally what most of them do. They'll like cover it up. They're like, "This isn't about race. It's about
Yeah, we
principle
in the
or
biz
whatever."
we call that a closeted racist tactic.
Like,
Something
I
like
don't know
that.
if y'all have ever heard know about what's it called? They used to make these movies all. It's a category of film. I don't know the category, but I know examples of it that fit in. So have y'all ever seen this thing called The Wiz?
Nah.
It's like The
Does
Wizard
not
of
ring a
Oz but
bell.
black.
Oh, like a parody?
So, yeah.
It's
yeah,
not.
it's
It
a
wasn't a
parody.
parody. It was just a black version
adaptations?
of The Wizard of Oz.
No.
Because
Okay,
if
explain what you
read
mean
the-
by you mean just the actors
like
and
the,
like they're
everybody's
black.
black.
portrayed as
Everybody's
black people?
black.
Wait,
Yeah, like
is that
Dorothy
the
is
one
black.
with
Did they make the
Diana
Did they make the
Ross
lion
and,
black?
No, well, they're just the characters, but they're played by black people. Like I think Michael Jackson played.
Yeah. It
what
had
was
Diana
it?
Ross and Michael
God,
Jackson.
yes.
That's all I remember.
Yes, but basically, it's like if you read like The Wizard of Oz and like actually go into the nitty gritty of that story, there is nothing that needs Dorothy to be a white girl.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody hated the fact that there was a black Wizard of Oz. It's just Wizard of Oz, but black. No one's mad.
Bro,
it was a bad
bro,
movie.
Sonny,
No one
Sonny,
was mad
do you remember fucking the Wicked discourse? She's fucking green. She's green, bro.
What's still green? You know what that's basically like? That's like, imagine if they made like a live action Dragon Ball Z movie today, and Piccolo comes out and he's played by like Morris Chestnut or like Idris Elba. It's like, why is Piccolo played by a black guy?
Exactly. It's like,
and yet the community, one of the community's main talking points is the fact that if Piccolo was not a Namekian, he would be the blackest man alive because Bro's been through it all. He would be rocking waves if he could, man.
Nah, if they made Frieza,
I don't care if that's a Life
if a black guy played Frieza, they would be like, Frieza would hate his actor.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because
despite the fact that he pulls blackface.
Oh my gosh.
It's just silly. Again, like us just like looking at like back at it all and just like analyzing how people fucking think and critique shit is just so funny.
Oh, by the way, did you see that the God of War show was had to get the guy for Kratos had to get recasted because he got injured?
Yeah, I did.
Honestly, blessing in disguise. I cannot lie.
I'm not gonna lie
see
either.
that shit.
I didn't want to see his.
I don't know why. I don't know why Christopher Judge couldn't do it, but you know, it is what it is.
Like God of like, and that's another thing. It's just like God of War is such a movie game already, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but like it's such a movie game. It's like, yeah, it doesn't need a like. Why does it need a show? What is that gonna add to it?
I don't even agree with the movie game take.
Here's the thing. I don't either. But like, besides the point, the thing with these like, The Last of Us show is such a fucking shit. It's not bad in the sense that I don't know about the second season. Apparently the second season is even worse than the game.
second season was terrible.
But
Ellie is
pretty bad.
trash.
Well,
I haven't seen it.
Regardless, the first season is literally the game story but told worse. So at that point, I'm just like, if you've already played the game, the only people this is made for are people who haven't played the game, which is cool. But you're showing them a worse version of the story. So it's like, I would rather it literally be the same thing than it literally just be the same thing but worse.
Yeah.
Another thing
like
is I
trying
don't
to review
Amazon
something
Prime.
by IGN.
It's the same thing with the How to Train Your Dragon movie. Like, why are we remaking that in live action? Mind you, again, same story, just worse.
I think
I
remakes should be abolished.
There's a guy who said
illegal.
Keno talking to you in general.
That depends on.
Yo, do not let him in the call, bro.
Why the fuck did he say come out to play?
Do not let him in the call, bro.
Come out to play.
Do not let
Can
him
I ban him?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
What's his deal?
He's how do I even describe this? Wait, Sony, you remember Jack Kentner?
No.
All right, well, probably for the best. But like, he's a moron. That's all I'm gonna say.
Is he a Synthetic Man sympathizer or an Ultimate Joker sympathizer?
He teamed up with Ultimate Joker to try and bring me and SK down.
Bro, wait. What's
he defended Asmongold. I think that's enough for me too.
Wait, what's the movie version of
Asmongold? Oh my god.
What's the guy that reviews movies that's like Synthetic Man? I forgot his name. He is like
Critical Drinker.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god.
No, Critical Drinker. Listen, Synthetic Man is a whole level of bad.
The only other person I thought of when you said that was Nostalgia Critic, and I'm like, but no, he's funny.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
His recent stuff, I don't know. It kind of.
Y'all want to watch this Resident Evil trailer?
Yeah.
Sure.
Wait, is Robert Pattinson playing Leon, or is that actually like true?
No, that's
bullshit. It's not even Leon.
Oh.
Why did that sound like you were so hoping for that?
Imagine you were an NPC and Resident Evil is basically this movie.
Oh, that actually sounds cool.
What?
I think it looks so funny to me. Have you seen Weapons?
I need to see this.
Have I seen what?
Have you seen Weapons?
Nah.
Oh man, I like this actor. I think this actor is actually gonna like be pretty big. But we can watch this.
Hey man, I gotta be 7. Do you know where I can take this? Excuse me, oh my god. Anybody order a kidney or liver or whatever this is? Anybody? It seems like
that's me. That's me when I'm door dashing, bro. I walk into a hospital and be like, "Yo, who the fuck is this for?"
Hey.
No, bro. The reason why I think it's gonna be so good is because of how relatable the guy is. It's like I can see myself being in this predicament.
That is the same level of autistic.
Wait, is this not
I
like
would be pulling?
Wait, not that this makes it bad, but is this not like totally much more different? I feel like this is much more comedic than like Resident Evil usually is. Not that it matters, but
there's some scenes later I think are actually gonna like freak you out.
no, I've seen the trailer. Yeah.
Well, I think so. I think it's a good mix between Okay, have you ever seen Weapons?
Yeah, I've seen Weapons. Yeah.
So, did you think that had some funny elements to it?
Yeah, it had some funny. I don't think it was. Maybe it was trying to be intentionally funny by being. It's kind of like a weird line where it's just not trying to be funny, but it's funny because.
But I do think it was intentional.
Yeah, it was intentional, but it's not overt. Trying to be like overtly funny. Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like this. It's like there's humor there, but it feels very like in universe, like it humor that like it works. Like it's kind of dark humor, you know.
Yeah.
You got time for another run?
No, I'm wrapped up for the.
It's outside the zone, so it pays double.
I could do that. Sweetheart, I'm sorry. The signal sucks here. Can you hear me?
I'm gonna stay with Katie for a bit, I think.
Michelle, please do not go stay with freaking Katie.
It also hurts my feelings that you don't even care enough to come home and have this conversation.
Seriously, I'm working. This could be some 8-year-old boy's heart or someone's mom's brain.
This is the only thing I probably would not have done. I'm too black for this.
Bro, if I was never walking into a forest at night, bro.
Hello?
I am probably the palest Canadian ever, and I am too black for that shit.
I'm also a fellow Canadian.
Sorry that we got disconnected.
Hey.
Some things have happened, and I can't get a hold of police. Bullets.
Gotta do a puzzle to find those bullets.
Could you just call me back on this number, please?
I thought this was Resident Evil, not Silent Hill.
That would freak me out.
I would be
losing it.
Why? Not even the freaking phone could get me to look away. Honestly.
Wait, no, this actually looks like fire. I'm not gonna lie.
It looked.
I'm literally killing myself if I see that.
That
I'm
scene
actually giving up.
gets me bad.
I'm actually giving up. I would be so scared that I would just be like frozen.
Mm-hmm.
No idea what you've got there in your hands.
Freak fumbling, trying to put the balls.
Bro, that was a baby.
Bro, mind you, when I play horror games like Resident Evil, Dead Space, or Silent Hill, bro, I be literally sitting there shitting my pants. So like actually imagining myself being in that kind of situation, I'm not making it. I'm going.
Yeah, no.
I'm not even gonna sit here and act tough. No, I'm going. I'm going in the first hour.
I've already moved 2 planets over.
No idea what you've got.
Good shot composition.
Is that Shane Gillis?
Yeah, no.
I only saw his face for like 2 seconds. Tell me that doesn't look like Shane Gillis a little bit, bro. I swear that looks like Shane Gillis.
A little downy.
A little. Whoa, wait.
Lord. It's raining, man.
Whoa. Pause.
Yeah, that movie looks fun as shit.
That does look good.
It looks really fun. Yeah.
That's actually kind of getting me into wanting to like watch and get into Resident Evil proper.
The reason why I love this so much is because one of my favorite things about the Weapons movie, as a horror movie, is just the way the guy shoots uncomfortable scenes. Like the scene, like, where was it? Where she was going through the snow, like right here?
Yeah.
That was in Weapons all the time, which made, like, oh my god. Nobu, you remember the scene where that girl was walking out the house the first time? And,
yeah, I remember.
At night? Bro, that had my theater, like, we were like, we were in a chokehold. We were in a chokehold because we were like, oh my god, what is she gonna do? And then we started laughing. It's like, you shouldn't be laughing, but it's so uncomfortable.
It's like that nervous. It's like insert the nervous heavy laughing from Meet the Medic.
Yes.
Like,
Like, I love the way he shoots scenes like this. Oh my god. Like, bro, if you saw this, you would flip.
Yeah,
I would already be shooting.
So, man.
I would
I used to have like dreams about creepy shit like this.
I would literally be sitting in the corner of my room with a gun aimed at the door.
Yeah.
I'm not moving.
I will be right back.
I do have a Discord server. Hold up, my bad.
I do think there's a bit of a tonal shift between the games and this trailer.
Yeah, there definitely is, but
yeah.
No, it's I wouldn't even argue it's a little bit.
I mean, it
I think it's actually a
what
lot,
game
but
you're
I mean, it doesn't
talking
really.
The games themselves have different tones, like completely different tones.
Yeah.
All right, we got another. Y'all seen the Clayface trailer?
Yeah,
I have.
I've seen it.
I don't really care about it, to be honest.
What?
Yep.
You didn't care about Clayface, bro?
I mean, maybe not care is a strong word. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not like, oh shit, let's go. If that makes sense.
I was down. Oh, the other mommy. My bad.
Yeah, I haven't seen that trailer.
Okay, I got y'all. Hold up. This was actually in the.
Wait, Colin, what Resident Evil games have you played? I've only played like 2, 4, and 7.
I've played 2, 4, 7, 9, 8. Oh wait, not 8. 2, 4, 7, 3, and 9.
Oh, okay.
All right. I was. Oh, that got me so bad. I'm like, no way. She got a
this
good,
shit. This shit might be hella relatable because my mom has a twin. So I don't know if I can watch this. This shit might be hit too deep. Like, bro, like, yeah.
Bro,
this shit might hit too deep, bro. Like, my mom literally has a twin that looks exactly like her. I don't know if I can watch this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You might want to avoid that one. Yeesh.
Yeah, that looks fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, these movies look pretty good. I will say though, I'm not a huge horror fan just because usually I feel like horror movies. The only issue and these aren't really issues. I just feel like horror movies like are trying to make you feel a lot, but it doesn't really usually have that much. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of horror movies that have actually good stories and characters, but they just have like good presentation and good like they can get emotions out of you. If that makes sense.
I mean,
that's my only
horror like a roller coaster. It's like
yeah, true. That's what I was saying. Like, it's not really a criticism because it's like I guess that's the point of horror movies. But yeah.
Did you not like Weapons, Nobu?
No, I didn't. Weapons. I felt like Weapons had really good presentation, but I didn't like the shit that I really value in like movies is like the story and the characters. And I'm not expecting story and characters to be really deep in a movie like Weapons, but that's like inherently why I didn't really like the movie because I just don't like movies like that. So it's not really a criticism. It's not a hard criticism of the movie. It's just like horror movies aren't really. Yeah, I don't really like that.
Yeah,
I didn't watch Obsession.
One of the people in my chat said, I treat horror like it's comedy, which I kind of agree with. It's kind of like you go for it for like the experience that you know you're gonna get out of it, more so than I think like having like a really established arc. But even still, with that being said, I think the horror movies this year have been really good with it when it comes to the story aspect as well.
I think the story
Obsession was good.
Obsession has a really good story. Midsommar has a really good story. Hereditary has a really good story.
Okay, I got a hot take about.
Midsommar is fucking ass. What the fuck are you talking about? That shit is nonsensical.
Whoa.
That shit is nonsensical. What?
Whoa.
There's no good story. It's just bullshit.
If I had more,
bro, tell me the story of fucking Midsommar.
If I had more time, I would argue with you about that. But I'm ending this stream soon, so we gonna put a pause.
Yeah, exactly.
On that.
See?
No. We gonna put a pause on that one because that is a
explain
wild
it, bro. Give me a quick synopsis of what the fucking the story of Midsommar. That shit is just bull. Like it was just bullshit, bro. I'll be honest. Like it was just edgy.
All right, let me just ask you without. I'm just gonna ask you without arguing back. What was wrong? What was? Why'd you hate the movie?
Wait, I gotta pull up my notes, bro. It's been like
your notes. That's crazy.
No. Because I'm not gonna lie, low key. Like after I watch movies or play games, I take notes on it.
That's not ridiculous. I do the same thing for stuff I make videos on.
But bro, I just remember Midsommar being the most fucking like it was just weird. Like I was watching the movie, waiting for it to be like, okay, like what's the point? Like what does this story mean? What is this story about? And then I got to the end, and I was just like, this shit is just fucking nonsense. Like it didn't like there was no coherence or any harmony to what the story was trying to tell. It was just fucking bullshit. I don't know. That's what
I will say I do kind of disagree with the notion that treating horror as a comedy genre, or like, you know, sort of diminishing it, because I don't know, like one of my favorite movies of all time is The Thing, which is also, I guess, it's more of a science fiction movie than a horror movie, but it has horror elements in it. And this year, Obsession is also, you know, proving that horror movies can also be, you know, just a well-written, tight story.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm just saying I don't like horror movies that aren't that. You know what I mean? Like I like horror movies that actually have the upfront, like, you know, appeal to horror movies, which is like the tension, the you know, horror aspects, the presentation. I like when horror movies are like that, but underneath they actually have like a really good story and characters.
Yeah, I think games.
I just hate when
games definitely tend to do horror games definitely tend to tell better stories than horror movies.
Yeah, because they have more time to actually tell it. While also,
here's my hot take. Cause someone's talking about this copies thing, physical copy. Look, y'all, PlayStation was never going to keep physical discs. It was not going to happen with the trend. I know y'all are upset, but nothing's gonna change it. It's a done deal.
I'm gonna say so. My thing is like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it doesn't make sense for why PlayStation is doing it. But it is anti-consumer because of how, and it's not just because that you're losing, like, you know, it's like a collector's thing, right? Like, people like to collect games. But the other aspect of it is you do not actually own the games, because those games are connected to your account. So if your PlayStation account is ever banned, you lose everything, which is completely immoral, to be honest.
It is, and it already happened with the movies. But I would just imagine, when you get to the point where that happens with the first game, it's kind of like raps, because I don't think anybody else would like purchase anything PlayStation. It's like
yeah, go ahead.
I just feel like they're going to go as far as they can when it comes to the, like, they knew how bad it was going to be when they announced that no physical games were coming. So imagine how bad it'll be the moment they actually take away the digital game and it's gone.
Yeah.
Like everyone's going to flip nutters. They would never do that. But like I think like for the sensibility of them keeping a company.
Well, they already do that with Steam. Steam's been doing it for a decade now, or longer than that. Steam, like, there's no physical media on PC, and if your Steam account's banned, you can't play your games unless you pirate them.
That's different because PC is such a so like if you buy games on a PlayStation, right, you only have one digital storefront, right? On a PC, you can buy games from fucking anywhere. You have emulation, you have piracy. You shouldn't pirate. You have all these different storefronts like Epic Games.
Because I think if you can, I don't care if people pirate, because if they can, whatever storefront you're buying your game on, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you buy a game on Steam, that's a storefront. That's a store. Like, you can buy it on EA, Steam, or whatever you bought it. If that account gets banned, you're cooked. Like, you can't play that game regardless. So honestly, I don't really care. Like, it is not right. To take money away from developers, but it's also not right for you to have a system in place where if you get your account banned, you cannot have access to your games. It's the same thing with hardware bans too. If you hardware ban someone on a PlayStation, even if their account is banned, like, you just bricked their fucking like, it's the same thing with the Switch too. You just bricked the thing that they paid for. They cannot use that thing anymore because.
Yeah. Okay. So you're talking about overall, like, accounts getting banned. I was just talking about like the overall implications of it, because like if games are only on one storefront, right? Like, it kills competition. So now everything's just much more expensive.
Well, that's a different argument. The competition thing is a different argument. I'm talking about the morality behind, like, buying a game and not owning it.
Yeah, I agree. But that's the thing with discs too. It's just like, I think how Sony was looking at it is, and I'm not defending them, this is obviously anti-consumer like you said earlier, but like, they're looking at it as like, oh, 90% of people buy digital anyway, so let's just take it away because and it's just like, so you could make, so I've heard people say like the argument is like, oh, it doesn't matter anyway because people were playing digital anyway, so it's like, Yeah, so if your account got banned now, it would be the same as your account getting banned 5 years later when this shit actually gets implemented. But the thing about physical is that it leaves a sense of like tension, right? That keeps Sony accountable. When you take away fucking physical, now you've completely stripped Sony away from accountability. So it's up to them to actually implement it. Like digital rights and things like that.
Yeah.
Whereas to like before, like you always had an option, right? You always had an option to actually own your game. And it kept like a certain pressure against Sony to actually make deals on their storefront, to actually have physical discs for people to be able to sell them and buy games and things like that. It just creates a more open ecosystem. But when you like constrict it to the storefront, then they're just gonna be pieces of shit. That's the issue.
I see that side of it too. I think if they like genuinely I don't really care. I do buy physical stuff because like it just has a collector's thing, but like it's not that big of a deal to me. What is the deal to me is the fact that you can just lose the game if your account gets banned. Now if they change that,
I agree.
If they change that,
crazy.
Whatever. It's like they good on them for doing that. The other thing
it's not even that
is like
game sharing is a lot easier with a physical disc. Like I can just give the physical disc over to my boy. And then in here, I now have to give the credentials, which I don't know. I don't like.
Which they also crack down on. You can't do that with more than one account.
Yeah.
But like all these things that like, is it possible to like give all these rights to like digital ownership? Yeah, it is. But are they gonna do it? Let's be honest, bro. Like,
well, so here's the thing. The other thing is like, if they are going to do this, why are games not getting cheaper to make? Because they obviously don't have to spend money on physical production. So
because they're trying to take all the profit.
Why are we not spending less on games? It's just it's an overall just loss for consumers. It's a gain for Sony, but it's a loss for consumers in general.
Bro, you know what I just realized? It's going to be crazy. I don't even go to GameStop. But I have a history of when I was a little kid.
GameStop.
Yeah, I
go to cooked, bro. Because Xbox is going to do the same thing. Like Xbox just hasn't announced it yet, but they're going to do the same thing.
GameStop is cooked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, bro, imagine 10 years from now, you go to a store, there's no physical media, bro. Like you can't find a movie physically, you can't find a game physically. Just imagine that. Just close your eyes for a second and think about that.
That's gonna be weird.
That is likely.
That's kind of crazy.
The future. But
where'd you get that digital polo shirt? Oh, I just downloaded it.
I'm about to end my stream so I can get ready because I'm about to go out. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, gang.
Appreciate conversations and things of that nature. Appreciate earlier Sony. Appreciate everyone for tuning in.
I kind of got my point across. Thank y'all for watching the stream. I appreciate it. We got to do it again.